chat. I have had a fucking day. We have been bouncing around. And I gotta go to the lyrical, miracles, spiritual, the spherical, ethereal, menagetorial. What up, guys? How are we doing today, guys? Hope everyone's feeling good and feeling loose, man. That we enjoyed our content. Whatever the fuck that was. Do you drink coffee whenever? I just drink it before stream, or as I stream, essentially. This is kind of, yeah, it's late-ish, but it doesn't really affect
Good
much
job,
of me.
Lil Gup, with the clutch start.
Yeah, Grayson. Grayson finally did something right. Hey, I think you got some of that paint all over your shirt. Isn't it kind of funny how it's like the exact same fucking color? It's like I dunked my... was I just blending? You got to your computer, man. We did. We did. I can't stop playing Pal World. You know what, dude? I'm going to be honest. I didn't think I was going to get back into it, but I set up my base to be even better than it was previously on Nef World, and now I'm like back in love with it. Like I love it all over again. Yo, Rurwin, thank you so much for the fucking sub, baby. A camo. The Urban Assassin. How much of the gym do you own? Why? God, you guys are such fucking pocket watchers. What do you fucking think? I am easily the poorest of the group. Why don't you stream at the gym? Because I'm a night streamer. I am a night streamer, boys. I could not stream the gym unless I was just streaming over the other people who are owning and making content. You know what I mean? Why don't you stream on your phone while coming here? Because I don't have a tether. Also, I don't want to... what? So you guys can watch me check my Duolingo score and shit? That's not cool. Not getting any milk from the ranch and Pal. How long does it take? Well, you got to get your fucking... Look, if you've got a cow grazing at the ranch, you should be fucking pumping milk. That thing's just going to be shitting buckets of milk. So no, I'm a night streamer for now. Well, right now my audience is at night, and I'll be honest, it wouldn't make a lot of sense for me to stream over the other creators. Like, there's no real point, right? You just get I'm there at the gym streaming during the day with them. You're just getting my perspective of it at that point. Otherwise, you know, it doesn't really matter. Unless they were like, Wake, stream on your channel that day. It's like, you know, like I'm there. I don't care. I like hanging out, man. I like my late nights. They're good. We want that POV. What language are you learning in Duolingo? I'm just making a joke about how Emily had to save her Duolingo streak. You're going to paint the walls before the couches arrive? I don't think anything's going to be painted inside in that area necessarily, unless they want us to. Here's the thing. Eventually, we're going to probably just want professionals to do some shit. The mural guy is very mid, not going to lie, I agree with Julia. He's not doing, like, I'll be honest. My understanding was that we were just hosting a community day where people could come and, like, create something if they wanted to. Like, it was essentially just an open canvas for free publicity. Not even like we really want that area to be decked out. Like, I'm cool if that's totally empty. I don't even want free labor. It was literally just like, you can come promote your business, essentially. Because there will be eyes in and out of it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't ask someone to, like, really come do, like it's like paint what you want. I would never be like, here's an idea I want you to run with. Please give me this. Like, it wasn't meant to be a transaction the way I considered it. You know what I mean? The premise was, if you want to come paint and put your name on something at the gym, come do it. And if no one wants to show up, I do not care. You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay with it being empty. So, I mean, I expected a bunch of scuffed art. That dude was actually pretty great considered, you know? Thoughts on Pal World? I mean, I've gotten a ton of joy out of it. I mean, I've left it running a bunch. I don't know how many actual play hours I have in the game, but it has to be obscene. Let me check. I mean, my total... Oh, God. Okay, it says I have 116 hours on the game, but I left it overnight many times over, so there's no way it's true. Fix your team viewer? I know. I need to. But you know what my team viewer is? My team of Grayson. That's why it's weird for Miz asking him to do that entire wall. I mean, yeah, he doesn't have to, obviously. It's not weird. It's just like, if he wants to do the wall, he can do the wall. I mean, I'm not... I don't care if anything's really done outside. What I care about is saving our resources and our finances to pay some... Well, yeah, if you start giving people specific if you give yo Sig Chill, thank you so much, man. Thank you for the 10. If in my opinion, if you give people specific instructions on what you want done, you compensate them because they're doing a job for you. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'd rather the machine room be the ones that are actually, amplified there. Do people want Mozart to spawn from the dead and paint that shit? It's not bad. Yeah, well, if Mozart painted, it'd be a totally different ballgame there, bud. It's such a cool walk-in to have famous bodybuilders on one side of the wall and anime fighters, Goku and Vegeta on the other side. The outdoor hallway was meant to just be whoever wants to come in. Do you know what I mean? Who wants to come in and do shit? That's all I care about. I really don't have a specific imperative for it. I would be more keen on trying to really find the right person to do the indoor murals because that's going to be where the actual work is done for me. And that's what the promotional ambition is. It's like, how can we make a dope atmosphere that people want to hang out in for an extended period of time, take photos in, that communicates well in a single image, you know? You will do it for 15,000, bro. Your art better be fucking dope as hell. Are the showers good? I might be sound very snob, but gyms with bad showers suck. I think it's a pretty great shower, all things considered. Yeah, it's like marbled. It's nice. But I haven't done it yet. Are you and Kyle gonna train Emily? Emily? I mean, yeah, I'm planning on training her. Kyle will probably be there doing video. But I'm down to train her too. I mean, I don't know what the fucking goal is. That guy was a real muralist, but taking up a panel and a half for your person tag is pushing it. Well, no, I think that he said he wasn't gonna do anymore. You know what I mean? So I have no idea. That one dude could come back and tag whatever, whenever too. Oh, sure, that guy. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know who the muralist is. I don't know where the issue was. Set up the protein ice cream making with Emily. Yeah, I really want to do that. Ideally, I stream I'm gonna have to shift my streams just a little earlier so that Emily and I can get some shit done. But yeah, Wake, you should get a BBL. Tell me about it, man. Goal is get. That's gonna be Camp Wake. We just go to Miami and get some fucking shady doctor to pump fat into our butts. That's what we need, man. 100 gold duels on Darnbridge and Sod LFG. Oh god, dude, I haven't played Sod in so long. But yeah, man, I don't know. I think Emily and I are gonna start training. But that's assuming she wants me to train her. I think I'm very good at training people, so I'd be stoked. But if that's the case, it's whatever. You guys know Palworld is a pretty cool game, but does Palworld have underwater base building with aquariums and scanning? I think not. God, dude. Okay, get some cheap stem cells. Easy. I'm gonna get stem cells directly into my anus. I think they didn't like the first guy because he sent what he was going to do to Robin instead was just going to do a large tag of his own name. I mean, yeah, that's kind of a rug pull, especially because I think compensation was involved there. Yeah, of course we know we're going to have to pay. I've been telling them we're going to have to pay money for a good mural. If they're relying solely on visibility, it needs to be another content creator that can monetize the work. So, like, the only time it ever makes sense for someone to do something without pay is in the event that they're, like, a pretty substantial influencer of their own. You know what I mean? Like, people who can make, like, $1 million video out of it that we then, like, fund travel and materials for. You know what I mean? Other than that, it doesn't make sense. I don't think Emily knew he was leaving. She seemed legit sad. Yeah, I mean, it's a good farm. I think Canute's probably better for viewership than I am there. So, she's going to have to eat that. But what ideas you got for the hallways other than Kirby? I don't have ideas for that. I'm actually very much a big fan of giving people themes and letting artists go crazy. And I don't care at all. That's my big thing. Drop an altcoin to pay for rug pull. Yeah, easy. But yeah, that's more my shit anyway. At least we could do the Jack Kirby, but I that could be an issue. I think he'd be a really good trainer for. No, I think I'm a very good trainer for most. I actually feel very confident in my ability to train people. But we'll see. If I don't know if I'm good content when I train people, I'm very specific about things.
Pro good trainer.
And I feel like I feel more of a duty to like train people correctly than to train people in a way that's content. You know what I mean? Pay for people's labor, please. Yeah, I mean, I absolutely do that. I'm cool with just giving people free reign if they want to go in and do something. I don't want to do anything for someone else. Kyle really saved it for Canute, but you don't need that help. I don't know what that means there. But yeah, Kyle and I have pretty similar and extensive knowledge just from our work with bodybuilders over the years. So it should be easy. She's the content machine. It's true. 70K, but it was huge and it was in installments. Yeah, 70K is enormous. But yeah, it's gonna have to be a good investment, undoubtedly. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I think Emily's gonna be a lot of fun to train. I do well with those environments. Like I look forward to having like really specific shit to touch on. You know what I mean? Is it true most bodybuilders are weebs? Yeah. Well, I mean, like it's not so much that. It's more to say that like a lot of the themes inherent to anime would then bring someone to take interest in bodybuilding later in life, right? Like a duty to be your best self for the people around you, you know, and a diligence in that pursuit that a lot of like shonen anime are based on. Yeah, 100%. It would be insane if they pay over 10K for a mural. Yeah, I again, it's all about getting asking price, and then you know, obviously there's like, you know, bargaining that goes on to like how much additional business do you get through the visibility of creating this? Likely not much. Just depends on, you know, the scope. But the thing that has to be considered with the piece is that it doesn't exactly exist solely for purchase. It's going to be like the atmospheric statement piece of a gym that will play host to content through many vectors of entertainment, fitness included. I mean, it's very cool. Don't you think the artist is pretty good? Yeah, he was good. He did fucking way better than I could. I don't think I would have hired him to do the inside wall because I'm very picky about what I would want, but he's totally, I liked what he did outside. It was cool. Just probably not what I would have hired personally, but that's not really here nor there. You could help someone who does live art launch their Twitch career? Sure. It's easier to not just sell someone a dog shit promise of you could be a Twitch star. Being talented doesn't make you good at Twitch. Honestly, being good at any of this shit doesn't make you a successful Twitch streamer. What makes you a successful Twitch streamer is sleeping with Russell, and I learned it firsthand. So I'd rather not be like, you could have a whole life here. It's stupid as hell. Like, are you entertaining? I mean, I'm not one, but like, you know, some people are very gripping and you want to keep watching them. Like your mother, she grips. But it just doesn't work that way, right? The real thing is if you already have a career as a content creator, it's much easier. You know what I mean? Because it's a much clearer transaction of, we have this audience, we have this kind of visibility, we can kind of extend that to you, which will help benefit your videos, and that's kind of the game, you know? Amirals will be there for a while, interacting with you guys and being on stream, exactly. Being streamer on Twitch is so hard, trust me. It's not exactly hard, it's just hard to be successful at. Like, it's rare, it's difficult to, like, there are a lot of great people who are infinitely more talented who shouldn't even waste their time here. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's safer to simply pay someone for their art rather than exposure to. Well, exactly. It's why you would never try to offer exposure to someone who's strictly an artist. If they're a content creator, that's the real game plan. You know what I mean? Like, if you find someone who's a content creator who already has a well-monetized audience, you can do a better exchange of visibility, growing that audience, providing materials, promotion, engagement, etc., than you could anything else. No one should be trying to take someone who is an artist and offering them exposure, in my opinion. But there are people who take hits like that just because of like the life of the gym and the visibility it provides. But I've been an advocate of paying the artists for everything since the start because it's just a matter of what they want to do. You know what I mean? I don't want to, tread on. I'm only one of, the handful of owners there. So, but I mean, yeah, fucking people have to eat. It just depends. There are also going to be things that are too expensive for us, right? And like, there's a bargaining process there where, like, I think that you guys are kind of like, what's the right word for it? Like, there's a sort of idiocy to this belief that like you just pay people asking price for everything when like the reality of the situations, like there's a budget for the gym that's a real business, and even if we have some affluent owners, the gym is its own entity, and being like, okay, this guy comes in and he says we're going to need like 25 grand to do this small section. It's like, well, that doesn't mean we pay that. You know what I mean? We can also walk away from it because we don't have the capital to afford that or something, right? Yeah, I have ownership over the gym. Let's see. Robot artist with GPT. Yeah, I'd rather say fuck that. But yeah, they paid for it also. Like everyone's getting paid for it. Now that you had this experience of how much people are drawn to events like opening a gym in the future, would you change the way that other streamer meetups are handled? Like Wild West thing or OTK? Wait, what? Are you saying like now that I think people are just interested in watching people try things that are new and novel and challenging, you know what I mean? That's part of why this is interesting. I don't think that like this would necessarily change how people do shit like Wild West. I mean, you don't have to open a business every time you do an event, you know what I mean? How long until 24/7? Fucking it was supposed to be today, yesterday, now it's going to be tomorrow. I don't fucking know. Hopefully fucking tomorrow though. It should be. Also, here's the other thing. There are some things you do as a streamer that are just going to be loss leaders. Like, you can't constantly... Look, you make a lot of idle money as a streamer. And then there are going to be certain things that are just interesting to you that probably shouldn't be profitable. Like, Germa's probably a great example of... I doubt Germa's big events make him money. I think that they are a display of, ingenuity and things that he has passion for, right? Now, granted, I don't know, but... We just for Emily 24/7 stream at gym incoming, dude. I don't like the big event style stuff. I think I think eventually that becomes a financial min max of how do I crank up my CCV to, because that I think is the actual business of event streaming. When you only do events, it's like, how can I crank up my CCV to astronomical levels so I can sell those analytics to companies, so it's essentially like I don't want to stream because I don't enjoy streaming, so I'm going to stream like maybe twice a month or once every couple months, crank my CCV as high as I can, and then line up sponsors for the future. No, Cutie streams all the time, though. Cutie's a pretty... No, I don't think that's Cutie Cinderella. I think Cutie streams pretty frequently. If anything, it's more like Austin. Austin only does like big burst shows. You know what I mean? That being said, I mean, I haven't like talked with Austin about it, but that's like the only theory I could really surmise from how it works, right? And there's also just like a craft thing. Like Austin is much more of like a showman and a host than he is a streamer, from what I can tell. I don't think he'd enjoy streaming frequently. And so if you're going to put everything into something, why not put the whole dick into it and monetize it efficiently? You know what I mean? I get that. You know what you pay for? Wouldn't expect a plumber to fix your plumbing for free. Not well anyways. Yes, I don't... No one is providing novel insight here. Austin does stream on his alt pretty often. How frequently? How do you factor in your work hours with your physical goals, knowing important sleep? I mean, I still sleep. I sleep like 7-8 hours a night every night. I also don't really have any physical goals right now. I just like staying fit and like, enjoying training. That's it. I love how everyone bounces off each other. Then we actually have a pretty cool community so far, man. Like, I'm pretty jacked on it. Are there security cameras in the tunnel hallways? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. There are security cameras everywhere around that place. So don't try anything. No, I haven't done any MMA sessions, no. Did you expect the gym to do so well in such a fast time? Yes. Yes. I think a lot of people think that it's just like throwing shit on a wall and hoping it sticks, but like this was from the time Camp Canute when I connected Rob and Miz and Canute and Esther. Um, they had already known that there was a big hole for new gyms in specific regions, and we knew that it would be a bit of a layup if you put a good, solid bodybuilding gym in that area. And then, as soon as I knew that Miz and Canute were also interested, it was like, okay, so we can combine stream visibility with the actual like functional knowledge of how to start and operate a successful gym. And we have already identified a handful of areas that are in need of a hardcore bodybuilding gym. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a layup. It wasn't really a meme. I mean, Rob is such a good asset. Yeah, he's indispensable, man. We have a really good team. Unfortunate that Gold's Gym is next door. No, it's not. People who go to Gold's Gym don't go to hardcore bodybuilding gyms and vice versa, dude. It just doesn't. Like, again, it's just not it's not how that works, you know? It's a very different kind of demographic. You're not going to get them. It's like this people who want to watch, like, fucking, even Mizkif don't really want to watch me. Totally different demographic. You don't want to, there are plenty of people you don't want to, advertise yourself over or in place of. That just doesn't make sense. Like, I wouldn't worry about it. It's like saying that, like, a restaurant shouldn't open up another, like, it's two totally different cuisines, the way I see it. You know what I mean? Was the MMA planned that early? Yeah, MMA has been planned from the jump, 100%. It's not necessarily a hardcore bodybuilding gym. The better descriptor is that it is a private community-driven gym. You know what I mean? Well, corporate gym, the whole premise is to drive the price as low as possible. So with like a corporate gym, everything's being subsidized by essentially the members who don't go. That's it. You know what I mean? So their whole model is like, how do we lock you into dog shit contracts that are very difficult to get out of? When you're most, let's say like inspired to make change. And then how do we like milk that from them? You know what I mean? So it's just it's essentially entrapping people in shitty contracts, but it is able they are able to make for the average gym goer a fairly cheap price. You know what I mean? Where's the gym located? Yeah, and is it expensive? The gym's in Round Rock, Texas, and it's $45 a month. But yeah, no, I don't think big corporate gyms really do anything for us, man. Apparently, it sucks being a gym manager. There's no actual day of rest. I noticed that. Rob's a beast. Rob loves it, man. And a lot of it's just kind of like community blended into it. But right now, I mean, like, things settle into a much more, let's say, like, yo, thank you for the gifted swag walker. I appreciate that. Things are going to settle into a much more, predictable rhythm. Which content creator do you want to see at Ironforge the most? I'd love to see XQC. I don't care. I don't care. Who would I like to see the most? Of all the content creators, Lean beef with Danny Brown. That's actually not a bad idea. It's Chat's mom. Chat's mom doesn't make content, man. It will take Zoil 1 to 2 years to drop all his weight. It won't go away a month. Can't fat fuck. The idea is to ideally set habits that would help motivate them or guide them towards a sustainable weight loss habit. But no, Squeaks. No, look. We have to save our Korean dancing streamers. Okay, they're the ones. Sam Sulek training extra Emily. Okay. Sure. Whatever people want to fucking watch, bro. I don't care. That's fucking. There's no like I'm over trying to predict what these fucking people want to watch. Emily will die from what? A dude who trains reasonably hard. He's very well known. It's not like a fucking like, what do you want? Do you want to just throw this fucking poor chick who has no joint stability or proprioception a fucking hardcore bodybuilder workout and expect it to be a good thing? Like, I'll never get. It's so stupid. Like, the content you guys want, it's like going against a sort of code. I feel like I'm fucking practicing magic outside of Hogwarts when you guys get this shit going, where you're like, just make her do, like, no, she can't. I can't do it, man. She's a muggle. Like, she's not ready. It's gonna fucking ruin her life. You can't do that shit to them. They're new. Pokemon will no longer stream on Twitch because she finds it messy, prefers YouTube. What does she mean by messy? Any idea? I think she just wants to be her own entity, removed from the sort of like social gravity of Twitch. I don't know, though. I don't know her. I've never met her, and I don't know what she actually said. Nobody trains seriously, too. No one that trains seriously, too, is going to murder someone who doesn't exercise regularly. It's just a mean thing to do. She's probably just tired of being fucking, crucified fecklessly by dudes who just hate successful women. Like, you can argue that she has her own duplicity or something, but the fixation on her is entirely misogynistic. Anyone who denies that's a fucking moron. You're just dinguses. Like every single human being on this platform in some ways has at least a tinge, a hue of narcissism and self-importance, at least enough to where they were like, people should watch me. Just a tinge. And the fact that people have so obsessively hyper-fixated on this one woman is undoubtedly misogynistic. And don't even deny it. I mean, this is a website that's like born of Gamergate and shit. I mean, like, it's entrenched in a culture of essentially checking women at the door to see if they belong, and men are kind of welcomed in as needed, Just fuck it. Come on. It really doesn't matter. Who do you think is the new Twitch queen? Russell. True about humans in general. Media optics are kind of crazy, though. Sure. You cannot like somebody without it being all about their sex. I don't think you listen. You can. I think that it's an undue fixation on a single being compared to what she's done and why she's done it. And I'm cool to say that. Like, I will rot in whatever kind of incel form you want to maul about it on. But, like, I'm telling you straight up, man. Chick's just she's a normal woman on the website. I don't see any of her offenses to be egregious at all. You know what I mean? The disproportional contempt is totally not normal. Like, it's just not. I've yet to see a really good reason. You know what I mean? Like, again, it doesn't have to all be about her sex. I just think it probably has a little bit to do about it. She sold cookies? Dude. The amount of bad faith that goes into, like, all the fucking, like, Mina cookie. Like, you want to know what she's most guilty of? Is a terrible fucking idea. She's most guilty of a terrible fucking idea selling a fucking snack food direct to consumer over the internet. Because people buy snacks as an impulse purchase with their groceries. They don't go fucking buy 2 weeks in advance the cookies they'll think they'll want. That's the only thing she's guilty of. The prices are, I don't even think they're fucking amplified. I think it's just a fucking, essentially direct-to-consumer shipped cookie. You know what I mean? That it's a white label product she bought from the people who were making those cookies from Costco. It's it, Everyone sells merch. Nothing wrong in offering products. Well, yeah, but merch is different because merch is something that you buy preemptively. You consider it, you purchase it, you look forward to getting it. A snack, dude, in 2 weeks, you're not even hungry for the fucking cookie anymore. You know what I mean? If you don't go into a brick and mortar with your fucking product, why? Like, it's a snack food. You know what I mean? They have vitamin D. Yeah, but that's like saying vitamin water is a health food. It's just silly. It's marketing shit. Remember price because she hasn't stepped foot in a grocery store in 10 years? How much is a banana? $4?
Let's
No,
go
they're
here's
not.
to many more.
How fucking... I don't... You guys give people too much credit. You give her too much credit. Do you think she went in there and she was like, they should be $8 each? The fuck? Someone runs that fucking company and set a price so that they could break even on prospective sales. Like, what do you think a business is? You think it's just some chick rolling in and saying it should be $8? No, she's smart enough to delegate. Snacks aren't spontaneous purchases most times. It's a habit-built purchase. I think that trying a new snack is entirely spontaneous. And that if you want to build a habit, you have to ensure that it's accessible and visible to them. How many crystals and patchouli oil you got in that room? However much your mother left, man. I just got done reading my birth chart to her, so we'll see if she's, ready to mate spiritually so that we can have a star child. It won't make her so angry like you do. Pokimane is Steve Jobs. Yeah. Yeah, it's stupid. You'll most likely buy when you're hungry, and then it fades. Exactly, yeah. Like, especially when it's a specialty product, like it's an influencer-related product, like Mr. Beast chocolate. Mr. Beast kind of did it right, though, because he put it in stores. And if I was a chocolate eater during this window where he had it, I would have gone and gotten it, 100%. Like, I would have, no doubt in my mind. Because I'd want to know, like, oh, shit, I wonder what Mr. Beast's candy tastes like. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if it's good. But with that said, I'm not going to go out of my way to purchase something online. Actually filled with oral trend. That doesn't exist. Did you talk about what happened with the first graffiti artist? Miscommunication, had a crazy portfolio, worked with major companies. I literally have no fucking clue, and it's a little, like, I don't... What it sounds like is that it was a total miscommunication on what he was going to do. I don't know why. I mean, he just came in and, like, refused to do more work from what... I don't know if it was all on camera, but, like, it seemed like he just didn't know what to do. Like, he came in, did his name, and then said, that's all I'm doing, which I'm confused by. Because the premise seemed to have been that there was going to be pay, and then, you know, he was going to stream the murals, and they were going to do something they had already sketched out. And that I know them to be very thorough on what the exchange is, so I don't know. Reddit LSF is currently debating it. What? Is there like a clip on it? He pressed Rob. His work isn't needed. He can fuck off. Ah, sure. I mean, like, look, if we promised a guy payment that wasn't then delivered, then that's a problem. I don't think that was the case, though, because Rob would never do that. I don't know. I wasn't there. Do you have any suggestions for protein mix? What do you mean protein mix? Like, oh, protein powder? I like NutriBio. I've been using that lately. It's really good. You think he was just a troll? If he was a real, like, public figure, I don't think he would just go and troll. You know what I mean? Like, if he was, like, well-known for what he was doing, that sounds incredibly unlikely that a guy who's, like, worked with major companies and has a great portfolio would just show up and troll. That sounds so unlike him. Slokion? This guy? This is his website? Did we never meet this guy? Seems like he's done great shit. Damn. Rob said he did the name because of the payment. I don't know what that means. I mean, look, man, if there was some kind of egregious miscommunication or we weren't giving this dude what we promised, then I don't even blame the dude. But yeah, I mean, like, going in and just writing your name across the panels, like, definitely nuts. I wouldn't imagine that actually being, like, something had to have gone wrong that I don't know happened. NutriBio, very expensive. It's a good product. I like their, it's like a pure isolate. Tastes good. I mean, his work's pretty. I don't know what the deal is though. I don't know where shit went wrong or what happened. Maybe he's just a crazy dude. I'm gonna start with his name, I guess. I mean, it sounds like he was refusing to do more, so something had to have happened. There had to have been some miscommunication because Rob's a pretty straight shooter. You know what I mean? You don't like it too abstract? Okay. When they see that wall in here, they can paint there. We'll paint their name as large as possible. Well, that's evidently, I mean, Raph, that's evidently not the case in that, like, this dude has done a lot of work elsewhere that doesn't feature his name as largely as possible. If there was payment promised, which I was told there was payment promised and clear directive, making a mural around your name is definitely not what was yeah, work he gets paid for. Again, payment was already, from what I was told, discussed and promised. So something is, I don't even know how much was offered. I'm finding out most about this from you. All I heard was the essential, like, you know, lowdown from someone else. So fuck if I know, man. Didn't you say the hallway artists weren't getting paid? Well, the hallway artists weren't even meant to be artists. I was under the impression that we were essentially opening up like a community mural event where people could just come in and add shit if they wanted to, put their name there. We didn't have any directive. We'd offer supplies for anyone who wanted to come paint, was what I was understood. What I essentially thought we were going to go do there. Rob paid him for his times to make him leave. Okay. Interesting. What did he proudly thought he was gonna milk the millionaires? And it didn't happen. No, I don't think that happened. To him, he did money amount of art. Yeah, it's probably just something to like. I don't understand why. It sounds like something wasn't communicated well, and that's very frustrating because I don't want to develop a relationship of not compensating artists effectively. He seems to have a very broad portfolio, and I see it as very unlikely that this dude was actually attempting to fuck us or just being indignant. That just does not track, in my opinion. So, I don't know, man. Maybe you heard Asmon's take on AI art. Sure. No, I'd rather have no art than develop a reputation for not compensating artists. And I know, based on my discussion with everyone, that in no universe would we do that. So, I don't know. It just seems bizarre. What about a Kirby forging on an anvil? Why a fucking Kirby on an anvil? What is, like, I'm cool with doing, like, some one-off things with a Kirby here, but, like, that's going to be such a fucking mess aesthetically. They need to be, I'm cool with having different murals for different things, but, like, once we start blending it, then it's like, you know, I want anime people who love anime to go take a fucking photo by the anime wall. I want the main wall to not be built entirely around a single Nintendo IP. Like, we're gonna have the whole like Gamer Subs lounge area that can just go nutty. You know what I mean? I'm completely content with that. Have a mural with everyone's favorite characters, like an Avengers poster with everyone. Yeah, I mean, that's okay. I mean, like, look, at the end of the day, guys, we can only do what we can afford here, and going fucking sicko mode to try to get, like, every wall covered just might not be, like, good practice. What I want to do is just ensure that we spend a substantial amount of money in one area of the gym, which is the main floor, and ensure that we have a big, beautiful mural there so that when people take photos and videos they're training, it is evident where it is they are. That is, and it is striking and something people want to be a part of. You know what I mean? Otherwise, over time, you continue to add more shit in as you go. That's it. Was the name Ironforge from WoW the city? What inspired it? Well, actually, the idea we had originally was just called the Forge, because the idea of like forging oneself, and iron communicates that well. Fuck you. If you're from fucking Blizzard Rat, fuck you. Get out of here. Hey, can you just say explicitly? Shh. Fucking dingbat. Getting litigious. I liked Will's idea of the stencils. I don't even know what he's talking about, bro. Not being active, but working out to the point of exhaustion. Look, it should be about rebuilding and building and forging and molding something. That's it. I find out if you can paint that corridor. Yeah, we can paint the corridor. We're guys. What are you fucking? It's so insane. It's like watching you guys, like when I play Pal World and like I can't put something there, and you're like, well, like, or like my pal's starving. You're like, have you built him a feed box? Yeah, man. Like, fucking. Of course we know that we can paint shit. It's a real It's a real business. Let the first 1,000 gym sign up spray paint a wall. Sure. You could open the clip queue. Yeah, I'll open up clip queue. No, I don't really know where we're going with the art because fuck it. I mean, dude, I'll personally like completely distinct from whatever I'm put in presently. Like I will personally fucking pay for the mural. I don't want bad work. I think that people really underestimate just how crucial this is functionally and aesthetically. Like it is critical that this shit pops. Critical. In the absence of the right work, it's going to look like total shit. And we're going to be... No, Miz and I are on the same page. We already know. This is not something to rush. The last thing you want is terrible work. Even though, frankly, and this is... Terrible work is good content, but it's terrible for the gym. You know what I mean? But very good content. Terrible for the gym. But very good content. Nothing would be funnier than getting a terrible, terrible, terrible mural done. Like nothing. I'd cackle. I think chatters just want to see what happens on stream and assume the same stuff that happens off stream. Sure. The art guy Julia linked his sick work. Yeah, man. There are a lot of great... Look, for me, when it comes to whatever's going to be featured in the gym, I just want it to be... I want it to be bold with high contrast and very clear lines. Almost comic adjacent. Remind me who Julia is again. Julia's just one of the fighters on the team. Yeah, clip queue's open. You guys can drop stuff. Yeah. You also, it's funny, you have to, like, not taint real life. We have to be careful how much we actually integrate. Because, like, once people start thinking, like, I should be a content creator, the soul leaves. I'd avoid it. Also, you put them in the fucking, you put them in this, like, massive... They're just so observed too, and like no one's prepared for that amount of like visibility and criticism. Like no one. It's so sudden and so jarring. No, Content Brain's doing well. Miz is actually killing it, and I think that the gym is killing it too, and that the two are correlated. And that when you're building something like this, it should be fun. It should be captivating. You know what I mean? Julia is also a representation of a normie and what normies want / like. Yeah. Even though she's not exactly a normie because she's on the fight team. You know what I mean? How cool would it be if one of the fighters to make it into the UFC? I mean, yeah, it'd be amazing. No, I think that the art, the vision, I think that the vision is lacking from like what's going on outside. Personally, I would like to see a very coherent kind of like Forge related mural with like someone fucking hammering away at something. You know, that's more of what I'd like to see. Outside's not really meant to have vision, but it would only be benefited by vision. I almost just don't want to like rush this wall outside because like outside isn't critical to what we're building, and it can only really make it look odd at this point. Doesn't strike me as somebody who's good with artistic vision. I don't necessarily see that as the case.
It's the same thing. GP. Blah.
What's happening here?
Blah blah. Show feet already.
Based.
Here's a thumbs up for you. GP.
Fan has farmed feet almost as hard as Nick Pollum. And in record time, bro.
I don't know how to farm chat. Oh, thanks.
What the fuck?
Amar.
That's a little snuggle. Wait, hold on. Is that Nick?
Is there a difference?
Oh my god, I didn't even
thing.
realize. Is that Nick cuddling? She didn't even make note of it. She didn't even talk about how this is Nick and Nunu cuddling. That's so funny. Oh god, what a ding.
Take a no Coke, regular Coke. Regular Coke. You don't want anything more?
Give me a chicken sandwich.
A chicken sandwich.
Oh god.
A chicken sandwich.
Chicken sandwich?
Yes.
Classic or spicy?
Classic.
A chicken sandwich.
Original chicken sandwich or royal?
What?
The original chicken sandwich or the royal crispy chicken sandwich?
What is he asking? Sorry, it's a little bit hard to hear what you're saying.
Dude, Miz's actual laugh is so different. He giggles like a little guy. He's like hee hee. Like it's way up there. Cause like when his fake, I was like ah, but when he's really laughing, he's like hee.
Just a chicken sandwich, yes.
Your content manifests an unanticipated source of emotional support akin to a virtual maternal surrogate. Positive impact on my psychological well-being is noteworthy. Hey, I'm glad I could do anything for you, brother man. I lost my mother not long ago, and I know it's devastating. So I hope you find belonging in community here, brother, and welcome in.
Yes.
Original chicken sandwich or the royal?
Original.
Original.
Yeah.
God, this dingus.
That's it. That's it.
Emily, you want anything?
No, I'm okay.
Yeah.
That was great, Canoe. That was
It's
awesome.
so bad ordering food every time.
No, I've never had more orders get fucked up than, even if I'm ordering, Canute will add something, like he'll say something like, what if we get maybe another? And they'll be like, okay, so a whole nother meal? No, just another chicken breast on. Before I know it, I have like 6 fucking chicken breasts at the end. It's just...
Another round, just to be sure.
This guy.
Excuse me?
Hello.
Do you know where Ironforge Gym is? We can only find this gold.
Dude, this is such a fucking... This is akin to a cop in full uniform trying to sell drugs to a teenager. It is so... A dude rolls up in his Ironforge hoodie. Hello? Do you know where I could find Ironforge? Like...
Gold's Gym?
Say that again, sorry?
Do you know where Ironforge Gym is?
Iron Forge Gym?
Yeah, that's the new place there in Round Rock.
No, I have no idea, sorry.
You haven't heard about it?
No.
I've heard that it's like the best gym they have to offer here.
I have no idea.
So it's supposed to
Wearing the
be
badge.
close to where we are
I hear it is all the rage. Doing a cocaine. Are you interested?
now, but I couldn't...
The radio's going up like, this is Officer McNulty. Is there a McNulty in Grand Theft Auto? Is that way that it's
Couldn't
on my
find it.
brain?
I'm sorry, I haven't even heard of it, so...
No.
Oh, it's the wire. Okay, yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah, it's on the wire, yeah.
What?
You want a double waffle with cheese?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Combo by itself.
combo. with large fries, large drink.
Drink.
Do you think he wants sugar or without?
Sugar? What the fuck are you doing?
Water.
Take a no Coke, regular Coke. Regular Coke.
So you want to paint this room gray?
Yeah.
You know what I love about Will that I had to realize recently, and why I'm so drawn to like making content with Will, is that Will, great content is doing something excellently. You know what I mean? He likes to do things well. And I'm really similar. Like I hate doing things poorly for content. I get really intense. Like it makes me feel so uncomfortable. And so many people love the scuff for content. You know what I mean? But Will is so easy to do stuff with because he wants to go full tilt into it. He wants to nail it, you know? Will's just a cool guy. Who wouldn't like him? I mean, look, well, apparently society continually underestimates him, but yeah, he's the best, man. Saw a clip of you with your hair down for the first time in one of Canute's streams. What the fuck? I'm a new fan. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm glad the hair could sell it.
It's too bright.
Okay. So usually when you're going to paint a room, you move everything out first, and then you do this stuff.
There's a lot of space there. We can just move it around. In one wall, we paint one wall first.
Wait, what the fuck did I do wrong?
See, Will gets to experience in these moments what I have to experience, which is like there's no room for you to be the jester. You know what I mean? You can't make jokes because things are going so egregiously south that it's like you almost compromise the like kayfabe of it in the event that you start being like, no, you know what I mean? Like you can't do it. Or no, if you don't say no, like you have to. Like you can't meme. You can't joke or it all goes south. You have to be the adult. Once you go into this, you know, arena, you have to be the adult.
Listen, I gotta ask a question, Miz. Are you doing this for content, or you want to do it like well?
Yes.
Oh God, he finally had to ask. Oh man, yeah, that's how I feel all the time. Because I don't know how to... I hate doing things poorly for content. I love doing things well. Do you eat vegetables? Yeah.
Way. There you go. Good job.
This is the craziest experience of my life. That is so nutty.
That's really nice.
I can't wait. You can see Squeaks loading. This, Hassan? Hello. Holding a bird?
This is Hassan's craziest experience in life. Holding a fucking bird.
I fucking...
What? What? He's holding a fucking bird. This... You know, he's like my age. I'm just kidding. What if...
Fucking... Miz and extremely the same way, cares only about content. No, I love content too, but I like doing things well. You know what I mean? It's like the hole. Do you remember the hole? I couldn't not go dig the hole because I want to do it right. There's a good way to do it. You know what I mean? Like I have to do it well, you know? But it's like a very boring role to play in the content verse when you're the guy doing things correctly. If I get tired of fitness talk, but would you take super greens powder be fine? Not really. So like taking super greens, I mean, the real benefit to vegetables has more to do with the fiber content. At least that's what like existing scientific evidence would suggest. There are a lot of people who suggest otherwise, but like the whole goal is to... Wait, why is this an uh-oh? What the fuck happened in this clip? I'm watching it right now. This fucking clip actually will not load. It's been looping at 1 second. I have to... Wait. Clip of the bad F word? I really doubt he would have said that. Regardless, what you were saying about the, what were we saying? Oh, about greens is that the fiber content's probably more important than just the vitamin content. Otherwise, you could just take a multivitamin. Taking the actual greens powder probably isn't doing anything for you, from what I understand, at least. I could be wrong. I could be behind something. But the actual fiber content's probably more significant. Oh, wow, they're at UT. This is right by a building where I took marine biology.
Want a visa, want a visa, like New Yorkers want pizza, like my viewers want a feature.
I don't know if Hachu or Ari are aware of the fact that for some reason the University of Texas at Austin has forever been a hotbed for commuter Korean students whose entire family will relocate to the United States to send their kids to college. Everyone there is looking for a visa. Everyone. It is a massive visa hub. Growing up, man, constantly at my middle school and high school, we'd have like 1 year Korean students come in because their older sibling was going to UT. I might be everywhere. I can only speak for the fact that that was happening at UT all the time. Tons of families would relocate to send their kid to UT for whatever reason.
Like my viewers want a feature. I know that you feel it. Everything that we doing, turn up this up.
Hachu looks like she's like 22.
People they reeling, people know they feeling, they pulling up. I know this shit I make real hard. That's why we coming here. Hot you looking for a green card. That's the reason that I'm
Also, I can't believe Ari's here and I didn't know. Wait, maybe did he message that in my chat? Did I misinterpret it? Hold on. User Ari Athome. What did he say the other day? Oh my god, what did I do to him? Why wouldn't he text me? I'm a terrible person. Chat, I'm a terrible person. I actually didn't even see this. Why didn't he text me once? I feel awful. The 24th, he said, yo, I'm here. How many gifted subs for me to crash in your extremely big room? That's a week ago. Has he been here a week? Because I remember seeing I'm here and not seeing the next message. Oh my god, I didn't even see it, dude. Why wouldn't he text me? He has my number. Don't tell me he texted me. Texted me too. I'm such a bad friend. Oh my god, dude, this is so bad. I'm calling him right now. Is he still on a stream? I never would have missed this otherwise. Much. This is awful. I'm such a dick.
Walking down here while spitting these real
I should steal his content.
bars. I don't even know people gonna let her into them real bars. She looking like she's 19, looking like she's 20. We just need a visa for her and I need some money. I might take that profit off, that might give me a bonus. Cause right now this visa track we make is our magnum opus. She wants a visa, that's why she's here.
If you wanna marry me,
Reverse.
hey, I'm here for get married.
We gotta get her a husband, man. We gotta get her one stat. How do we get her a husband? We gotta figure it out. S-Fan can do it. S-Fan is Cornwood. There's no S-Fan. Unless she wants to move to Los Santos. You know what I mean? It's up me? Okay. Word has it, I've been rejected from the candidate list. I was told this eons ago, okay? I don't know why. I think it had something to do with, like, religion. I don't know. Didn't someone say it's because I wasn't Christian? I don't know.
God, her fake ass anime voice give me actual cancer. Chatters like you give me cancer.
Based.
You give me chlamydia and HIV/AIDS and
Go.
gonorrhea and pubic lice. You're such a dumb cunt. Dude, people who like, why can't you guys just
Did someone say that? Did she read "You're such a dumb cunt"? Or did she say that to them?
You're such a dumb cunt. Dude, people who like,
Oh,
why
yeah.
can't you guys just like understand that people like different things? Like, you do realize these are all big streamers, right? You know why they are big streamers? Because there's a category of people that they appeal to who like them.
Okay, don't go showing off that you're actually smart here, all right? You're gonna turn off some of the incels.
You think everyone likes me? You guys are watching me right now, right? You guys like watching me, right? Right? There are so many people out there who can't stand me.
No, fan's the shit, dude. She crushes.
Don't say no.
Her acknowledging and embracing that, because she's pretty young too, man. Like, that's very impressive. Because I'm someone who's still like, no. I can turn them. They're gonna like me. I'm gonna make them more. They're gonna like me at some point. I gave way too much space to people who disliked me for like my first year of streaming, where I was like, okay, I shouldn't talk.
You're hurting my feelings. Stop. Don't say no. Please stop hurting my feelings. But I'm just saying, there are
Fan's
a lot
great,
of
dude.
people
She's the shit.
who can't stand
Probably one of my favorite like streamers. She's great.
me, and they think I'm a dumb bitch. Like, her viewers probably would hate me, you know?
Nothing wrong.
Beautiful.
What's this?
Chat. Spam Giga Chads. Let's go.
What? No, don't tell them what to do.
It's fine. I'm the cameraman. I can tell them what to do. Come on.
That good? That do it for him?
Look at that cinematicness.
Glad. All right, chat. Hope it worked. I hope you lost, all of you.
It was so long, dude. Oh, bro. This is such a great clip. This is such a good clip. I could watch this on loop. The fuck did you say? Oh, I'd love if Poke hung out more, man. I fucking love that dude. He's so funny, man. Like, he's just the absolute shit to hang out with.
A little bit. Yeah.
To my way.
A little bit more.
Cinema roll, man.
There we go.
I fucking love, dude. Hachu is so funny. Because to double down on cinema roll is like such a fucking big dick play. I think it's the funniest thing she could have done. Like, I love this.
All right. Okay, and then we're gonna do back to sitting. Yep.
Okay.
Now we could actually just squat down and maybe.
Wow, thank you. You guys are so.
I wasn't sure that was gonna work.
Thank you so much. You guys are best.
No, we just can't get that down.
You guys are best.
There you go.
Whoa.
No!
No. No. It works.
All right.
Let me put one more thing. Just last thing. Yay!
All right. All right. Oh, hey.
Oh, thank you!
Woo!
Better than nothing.
Hachu's the shit.
Firstly, I was shooting a music video in Atlanta in October 2018, and 21 came. It was my first time
Wait, I haven't even seen this music video. Oh, yeah, I have. Never
meeting
mind.
with him. It was like 2 minutes meeting. I was introduced to him. We were like just talking about the set, and he was really respectful and really like so
By the way, Clip Q is not where you drop your fucking 7-minute video, but I will watch this.
kind guy. And probably after a couple months, like in December, they hit us on really close to New Year celebration, like on December 28th, and it was like
you just drop a link
family
in
time,
chat,
you know,
it'll go
and
in,
I got
dog.
a text message like, yo, we need ASAP treatment for 21, really ASAP. I was like, oh my god, which song? He's like, a lot.
Yeah. How much money you got? A lot. How many problems you
This
got?
is such a banger.
How many people done doubted you? A lot. Left you out to rot? A lot. How many pray that you flop? A lot. How many lawyers you got?
21.
A lot. How many times you got shot? A lot. How many niggas you shot? A lot.
The house in the background, we were searching like some big
It's probably my favorite British person, man.
well, great classic house. When we get inside, we were looking for like location, diner scene, and other things. I was like, yeah, this is a house where I want to shoot. And owner came and was like, actually, there was Atlanta TV show.
No
shot
three heading there,
here.
man.
I was like, really? Because I'm a big
proper
fan
lad.
of Atlanta TV show. And I was like, whoa, now we need to shoot here.
How much money you got? A lot. How many problems you got? A lot.
This is actually the first time we see 21 in a frame, and for me, this type of like frame and shot was really important to show his power, to show like that he's like leader of family, starting from the bottom, and now where he is. He is like the boss. He's in the middle. He's
I'm surprised they never cited fucking Succession, because this whole thing feels very Succession to me, you know what I mean?
the Godfather.
I'd rather be broke in jail than be dead and rich. Told my
This is really important shot because we can see that there is no, waiters, there is no chefs, only family members who is putting the food on a table. When people sitting in the table.
What a banger line. I'd rather be broke in jail than be dead and rich. Because it's like actually reckoning with the concept of death denial and how silly it is, you know what I mean? That no amount of money will ever sustain you past death. That's
like
so
in a
good.
family dinner type of thing. Everybody tries to be the best version of their art. For me, it's bad because the family should be firstly the place where the people are real, and when you don't need to wear any masks, But in this music video, everybody wearing masks, everybody trying to hide something.
How many niggas you shot? A lot. How many times did you?
When the father standing really close to his child in funeral, it's actually like a gym we could see that this is basically the court for basketball, and this is what gives pressure to our dad. This is a burden, this is a pressure, this is his fears and everything that gives really, pressure on him. When I was hearing the sample that 21 used, I was like, it needs to be vintage. Shalom, amazing DP. He was like, yo, let's shoot something like the film Cold War. 4:3 framing.
Oh, let's go. All right.
Gives such great poetry, mood. That's why we chose it, to have this, vintage classic look.
Fucking come my nigga 21 Savages hit me and told me he sent me a spot on a new record he got. He called it a lie. I opened my book and I jot.
Initially, we had a free performance for J. Cole. One is with 21, and two where we can see him like kind of related to what's going on in the music video. Everything that you can see in the frame is basically a reflection of what's going on in the living room. So this is mirror, huge mirror, the most huge mirror in Atlanta that we can buy. The main inspiration for that was film Cold War. They had actually the same scene. On the behind of mirror, we can see a lot of people there. Our grips, the gaffers were like, okay, okay, I hope he's not gonna fall. I hope he's not gonna kill artist. The main reason why we created this kind of actually weird scene is more because he's like a guest. And I wanted to see on the reflection of the mirror that the party is going on, the living room is full of guests, everybody's a family speaking and doing their thing, prepping for dinner.
That's such a
and
wild
J.
show,
Cole,
yeah.
he's more like, he's just guest, he's just came to visit 21. In each of takes, he was like amazing. And when I put him with kids in the frame, I was really, really surprised. It tell a lot about his personality. First things that he done,
Devolving creativity onto drugs is the worst. Yeah, it's horrid. It's also like a total fiction. Like, I'm infinitely less creative when I'm high. It's not even close.
Show playback to this little girl. I was like,
Start at the bottom, the trenches, the gutter, so I had to go a little harder, straight up.
we had like 15 minutes break. I was
I
thinking
love
what
this
to
song.
shoot on this last Al Pacino sitting alone in the table with nobody there. What's the power?
Okay, I'm
his
getting
family
I want to
to
do this.
be on the top of where he is. That's a shot of this music, this black and white because it was in the past, and seeing his family, of course, to write this type of music video. I mean, I think when he was reading it, he was feeling the vibe that I was showing.
Cool. All right,
What
next
did she
one.
do?
That's how I feel every time I see.
Shut up, Gappy. This isn't the right stream. God damn it. That's not the right stream. Yo, B-Ball, thank you so much.
What did Gappy say?
What did she do?
Why is this?
Shut up, Gappy. This isn't the right stream.
I don't even understand what I'm watching here. Am I wrong?
You know what's really fucked up? The second I saw this clip, I was like, uh-oh, what's she apologizing for? Uh-oh.
That's typically what you'd think, yeah.
What did she do?
Yes, I caught Squeaks masturbating. Oh my god.
Wait.
Yes, I caught Squeaks masturbating.
What did she mean to say, bro?
Oh my god.
Oh, she meant to say master bakering. Master baking. That's good. That's very funny. Ooh. I had to watch later. Hell yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go downstairs and grab a water real quick. I'll be right back. Watch this, 1 sec. Why did I do that to you guys? Holy shit, I'm sorry. Okay. Are we done with clips? Are we clipless? If so, we tube. Snack food tech I could get into. Okay. I bought these frozen melons, like frozen melon balls. Yeah. Celery Man? Yeah, I'm playing Power World later. I'm also in a bit of a gaming mood too, so that's how I've been lately. I'm just in a gamer mood, boys. I swear to God, man, if you're not on the frozen fruit chain chat, you have to get on it. We'll definitely see beef again. I've actually had a couple dreams in RP lately, which is a sign my body's healing. But the melon balls, they like tiered them instead of mixing them. So I had to go through a massive honeydew phase, and then I had a watermelon phase, and I'm just on cantaloupe, and cantaloupe sucks, bro. The worst of the breakfast melons. Do I take creatine? No, I don't, but it's safe to. I just kind of forget. And it doesn't really, I mean, it does something, but I don't find it to be that significant to your actual progress. It's more just like it'll make you a little stronger, which is good. For people who want to feel stronger, I mean, it works, but it doesn't expedite your progress. It just like moves your it's the way I'd say it's like if you were growing and you put on shoes to measure your height. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I mean, it doesn't actually make you taller, but you're measuring taller. You know what I mean? Like, you're taller functionally, but you're not growing taller, you know? That's how I kind of see it. Jalen Brunson 07. Why? Oh, God, yeah, we miss him. He was so good. Creatine is for people who want extra 5 pounds on their max bench. Exactly. Which I don't really care about. So I just don't take it because it doesn't mean much to me at this point. But a lot of people love it. Ooh. Arctic wolf hunts baby caribou. What do we want to do? How it's made? Okay, hold on. Let's see. Let's poll it. /poll. What do? Game. React. Let's go. No, we'll do this. Power World, React. Wow. GTRP. And then what else should I put up there? Let's do this for the culture. Okay. 10-minute poll up. Did not put Subnautica up because I don't want to play it right now. I fucking hate this whatever podcast, dude. It's such rage bait. It does its job, but I refuse to click it for the algorithm. Have you ever seen the Will It Sausage guy? No, I haven't. But I am still thinking about this song because it was such a banger. No, dude, this is Jack Harlow, man. Like, he's like, I feel like he had a big moment in the sun. I don't know. Is he still very popular? Does anyone know? Like, is he still up there? Is he still dropping shit that people are listening to? Oh, yeah, I guess he had this one, right?
I'm vanilla, baby. I'll choke you, but I ain't no killer, baby. She 28, telling me I'm still a baby. I get love in Detroit like Skillet, baby. And the thing about you...
This song didn't really do it for... Like, I don't know, man. This shit's cooler, man. Boy, like, his old shit was cool. The thing is that, like, he's not really going to be for the culture in the same way, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think hip-hop heads are going to be like, oh, yo, did you hear this new Harlow track? You know what I mean? Like, cause this shit's cooler, but his shit's less interesting. Like, Eddie? First Class? Oh, yeah. Oh, this song sucked, bro. I fucking hated this one. Just a lazy-ass sample is the spine of the whole track. Pops, though. I love this shit. Yeah, well, that's the thing, though. Like, music production is all centered around virality and clippability. It kind of sucks, man. Doesn't that just kind of, it's completely condensed the creative process to what sounds good in 10 seconds. Like, we're just getting so much... It's so nuts. Blessed to be here early. Gonna watch this man rise to the top. Damn. Is this what it's like finding a streamer at 5 viewers and seeing him blow up? But, like, way bigger in scale. It's got to be the same thing where you're just like, oh, shit. This, like the comment? Oh, that's what you want? What's this one?
Showtime, there's no time.
This isn't even relevant. Why are we
I'll be ready when the curtains split. I'm hurting shit. Too powerful for painkillers on the...
It's lyrical spiritual. It's fine. I'm not really into lyrical hip-hop, honestly. Here's my fucking childhood, man. Mojo's So Dope is something my buddy... Mojo's So Dope is something that my friend and I would just, like, get ripped in his Jeep to. This song was the shit to me at the time, man. We just fucking get ripped to this. It was so good.
Hold on, baby.
Dating in the skinny jean wearer, fro for days in the OAA. Boss so low, most fools couldn't price me. Silently stunned with a blunt full of PE. And I guess you know me, been in NY so long, got trust they family, especially Brooklyn.
I love this shit, man.
My bloodline
and Man on the Moon was so good.
I don't sleep. Figures my pops keeping me away. Let me keep my mind at the clouds for reality. These motherfuckers can't
so good, bro.
Wizardry, slow-mo brain that's backwards, cowards. Take a shower, your attitude stinks when I know what I...
The thing is that, like, hip-hop is, like, truly, to Jay-Z's credit, a young man's game. It's just hard to stay on top. Waffle House is so fucking good. Waffle House absolutely fucks IHOP. It's not even close, man. It's just shitty fucking of-the-earth diner food. And you can get absolutely clobbered in the face with a steel chair if you don't fucking come correct. It's a full experience. Don't take shit from you. Like they will straight up not make your food if you're shitty. It's great. Bourdain did a review? I've never seen this.
We're going to talk a lot about this over the next week, about the notions of universal awesomeness. Is the Waffle House universally awesome?
We have one choice for late night eating, and it's the Waffle House. And they create this environment where no matter how blitzed you are or how normal you are welcome and treated equally.
Sure.
With an experience.
It's just totally suspended from the demands of reality, right? It's there, and you're all a piece of shit to the person at the fry grill.
It's not just like, eating a plate of food.
You're talking about it like it's a magical spiritual place.
It's beyond a magical spiritual place.
What a great parts unknown bit. One said his favorite cuisine, if he had to choose, would be Thai/Vietnamese, but only if pressed. I'd agree. I think Thai food is some of my favorite food I've ever had. It's a really interesting blend of flavors. You have, like, curry, and you have more traditional, like, satay, just, like, really, grilled meats. They have their kind of rich, savory, umami flavors. They found a way to really blend peanut into the cuisine, which I think is awesome. I mean, like, honestly, it's great. Thai's top 3, yeah, I'd put it up there. I also love, like, border Mexican cuisine. Interior Mexican's a bit less, like, familiar to me. It's a bit more, like, quote-unquote exotic, if you will, just based on what I'm used to consuming. But, like, border Mexican cuisine is fucking great, man. Like, carne asada.
It is indeed marvelous. An irony-free
all food is good, but European food is mid for the most part. That's not even a hot take, dude. I'll never understand. European colonialism was literally fruitless in the event that they don't go on to change their cuisine, and they didn't. It still is all like, well, we're going to do aromatics with celery. Or nothing. It's just boiled fucking meat.
Free zone. Where
They literally conquered the entire planet for spices and then made no changes to their dog shit food.
everything is beautiful and nothing hurts.
Oh, he's dead,
Where
baby.
everybody, regardless of race, creed, color, or degree of inebriation, is welcomed. Its warm yellow glow, a beacon of hope and salvation, inviting the
Love me
hungry,
some Waffle
the
House, bro.
lost,
Yes.
the seriously hammered, all across the South to come inside. A place of
Oh, man. She's just like your mother.
safety and nourishment. It never closes. It is always, always faithful, always there for you.
When I was a kid, I was obsessed with this place because I wanted to be a chef. And this is
pecan, dude.
The only place I'd ever been to where I actually watched people cook. So this was.
It's true. It is open to the
So
people.
would
I
see
think
these
this is a
people
much better
cooking
franchise
at
than
a
they
pace
say.
and cooking for people who were completely out of control, but still providing hospitality. It was one of the things that really helped me fall in love with cooking.
Waffle
And-
House.
Yes.
I
of
can't
course,
believe I
of
didn't
course,
know
of
about
course.
this. I am unbelievably, in spite of my world travels, new to the wonders of the Waffle House and unfamiliar with its ways. The terminology, for instance, is new to me.
Now look, I'm looking at my hash brown, and I am already confused and enticed.
Here's the thing: you
sausage
can't
gravy?
go all in because you want everything.
I need to make a choice.
So there's a balance, and then when you find your balance, you memorize it. I
Help
go
me.
scattered, covered, smothered chunks.
Which means I gather, scattered on the griddle, heaped with brown onions, cheese, and chunks of hickory smoked ham.
That's my style. Like I've been doing that since day one, and I don't even know what that means.
You know what I know? I don't want a waffle.
Have you ever been to Waffle House? Of course, dude. I've been to many Waffle Houses, and they're fucking great.
At the Waffle House.
Bullshit, man.
It
You
is
have
a
to
beacon
have-
of consistency. It's just true diner food, man.
Okay, you have the pecan waffle. Now, so what I've devised as
Right,
as,
all
a,
right.
as a chef is a tasting menu experience where you can sit down and really experience what this place does. And you start out, first thing you have, pecan waffle.
Really?
Start calling it a waffle hum. Fuck yeah, dude. Pecan waffle, maple syrup,
Oh, the
butter.
pecan waffle.
Fuck my world up, bro.
Just crush it. You put
Bourdain is great, man. If I were to ever do IRL streams, I'd want to structure it like Bourdain. He's so fucking cool. Like, really dig in somewhere. Find a good vehicle for cultural expression.
Just slather it.
I want
Honestly, I'm probably the most inert and stupid dude on the planet because I could literally do shit like this and make a living,
it
and I
to be
don't.
swimming in syrup and
Instead, I pretend to paint a gym.
homogenized vegetable oil.
Link made a video on why I love VDM. Would love your thoughts. Love from the Canadian military.
Oh shit, okay. Let me check this out. Why you love EDM. Let me pop this in queue.
Oh, that's
You can
good.
check this after. If I give you real thoughts though, I want you to not be too offended, okay? If I don't love it, you're gonna know. Okay? But I appreciate you, brother.
That's good.
See, you don't come here expecting the French Laundry. You come here expecting something amazing.
This is better than the French Laundry, man.
His death still haunts me, just doesn't sit right. Why? I mean, like, there's a great deal of torment. I don't know if you mean there's foul play, but yeah, man, mental health is a difficult thing to combat.
And then, second course.
It colors your
patty melt,
everything, man.
Split.
Grilled onions.
Oh, the patty melt. Come on. That's not insanely delicious.
Oh,
Insanely.
He spoke out against some politicians, and now he is dead. People add it up. People speak out against politicians all the fucking time, bro. Dude probably killed himself. It's not uncommon. A lot of people in the public eye have incredibly unstable, grasps on their mental health. Being subjected to the fucking crucible of criticism that's thrown your way is another thing in and of itself. I mean,
Delicious.
No meal is complete without sunny side up egg.
Oh, yeah.
And then a green salad with some Thousand Island dressing would be amazing. Would you rather have thin cut pork chops or T-bone?
I would like both.
Heinz 57 is the best, man. One of the more complex sauces.
you tried to change. The best thing you ever do, of course.
The American repertoire.
Really?
You want to talk about it? This is sauce work. Trust me, this is gonna change your life.
No, you're wrong. I'm sorry. Here's what we.
Heinz 57, man. Have you guys never had it? I've had plenty of Heinz 57 growing up. It's a very like mustardy kind of barbecue sauce.
Here's where we part ways, my friend. Here's my sauce.
After a few bites of waffle, a burger, a hunk of generic T-bone, and some hash browns, one feels drawn right to the center of what makes our country great. An America yeah moment that drives me to
Yeah, it seemed as though there was a very bad relationship that drove him into a sort of, catatonic state. I'm South Korean Twitch user. South Korea's Twitch network is over 227 because of Korea. The other nations are cheap. I'm sorry to hear that, brother.
clamber up on the counter and start reciting Walt Whitman, the Star-Spangled Banner, Oh Say Can You See, and you know what? I doubt I'd be the first.
Okay. Why EDM is my favorite. 5 minutes, 44 seconds. Okay, let's give it a shot.
Electronic dance music. What does it symbolize? Some dope beats? Energy and creativity. When I'm listening to country, I think of a hard-working person fixed on life and leisure. If I'm listening to rhythm and blues, I think of soulfulness with an outlook on life. If I listen to rap, I think of poetry being expressed through style and thought. When I'm listening to pop, I'm like,
Yeah, I'll listen to this.
now what's EDM? Now, imagine if I didn't tell you. That would be pretty funny. But to myself, EDM has always symbolized progression.
Are you like holding your breath right now? Is this nerve-wracking? This music is crazy loud in comparison to the rest.
Progression. The simple idea of advancement, whether that be in the right or wrong direction. But how does one simply advance? Well, they make new ideas. And how do you get new ideas? Well, you experiment with old ideas. Or something random happens and it all works out.
Okay.
But progression. What I believe that makes EDM relate to progression is the sharing of ideas, culture, and experiences. A big component to why it matters to me is that music is being shared in a way it has never been before. 100 years ago, no one really knew that much about styles of music outside their own spheres, along with sounding the way it has never been before. Whenever I hear a new sound or an older sound being spliced in a creative way, it's always like the door of infinite possibilities just got bigger,
video, yeah.
as nothing in music history has made sounds equivalent to the last 10 years of music. Unless you count beatboxing, because scientists are still trying to figure out if our ancestors could bop or not. Now, something I've been wondering for a while now is, what's the next huge genre of music that isn't a subgenre or a derivative of another? The last one was EDM. Will everything after that continue to be EDM? I don't think so. For now, maybe. But But something us humans like to do is get sick of things, become bored. That's why we desire new things and crave new music. But that's why there will probably be a resurgence of older music, like orchestra, folk, classical,
Kind of wild because those melodies feel very EDM already from the orchestra or from this
of
year.
older music, like orchestra, folk.
Like this sounds very on a different with different tools being used. That's a very EDM kind of sound there if it's sped up.
Classical, and the bongos. So, progression happens in all things. So that's why I believe EDM is not the last major genre, but it is one of the last. Being one of my favorite reasons for loving EDM is how it's become.
I'm going to be honest, man. Some of the points I don't feel are coming together super coherently, but you have a good voice for this genre here.
Becoming the most accessible way to make music nowadays. Even your frog can make a beat if you give it access to GroovePad. And everyone has a different sound that speaks to them. You could be motivated, sad, or you could want to rob a little girl at a lemonade stand after listening to your favorite song. It happens. So when someone makes a new song, it's always dope. The world can never have enough music. Even if it sounds like the most generic, gamer girl of bathwater, whole of glory sounding music you'll ever hear. But someone out there, a little PogChamper on Mars, could be listening to the song you hate, and they could think, this. It's frightening, isn't it? I think there's two subgenres, and niches, and EDM's grandfather, funk. Or disco.
EDM's such a big umbrella though, you know what I mean? Like there's so much within it.
Now, I don't like funk or disco, but they encapsulate what EDM stands for. Funk is electric, you can dance to it, and it's music. So I will always thank for what funk has done to EDM, and the subgenres that have spawned because of it. Lo-fi.
I love funk and disco.
Orgasmatic.
Audio's all oof. Very loud.
And whatever the hell a wonky pop might be. And my personal favorite, future bass.
I could not find out what wonky pomp was. Dude, you gotta figure it out.
And my personal favorite, future bass. So funk, I'll never listen to you, but I appreciate you. And one last thing. I
Funk
think
is
there's
so
a
good,
subgenre
bro.
for everyone in EDM. Like my cookum, who only listens to Elvis and country. She can bop to Video Killed the Radio Star, which is synth pop. And all of this leads to one question, which is, how does Marshmallow have more subscribers than Alan Walker? What? Anyway, please like.
This is what I'll say. Keep making this, keep making videos, and never stop improving. You progress, much like the genre, much like your grasp of the music and how it's evolved. Don't stop trying. You need work. It could be better. But you're never going to be great at everything your first attempt. And I look forward to seeing what else you make. But yeah, I mean, I'd say work on ensuring that the points are lucid. I don't really understand why EDM's your favorite genre yet. Nor do I feel like I should go listen to EDM. And I feel like those are two feelings that I should be left with at the end. So make sure that you have some people proofread the points you're making if you're going to drop a video essay. And really see if they feel compelled by what you're saying. And remember to think in like narrative structure, right? Beginning, middle, end. You got to have like a proposition of what it is you're about to do. You know, you do the work, wrap it up neatly, so on and so forth. It's kind of like writing an essay. You know what I mean? You need to, you know, clearly state your thesis, go on to prove it through, you know, some chunks, paragraphs, etc. Wrap it up with a conclusion. It should be an essay. You know, so think about essay structure. Because I didn't feel like I really felt that. I will say though, man, the hardest thing to do in all of, I would say one of the hardest things to do as a human being is to create something and share it, boldly and uninhibitedly, and you should do it over and over and over again. So you're only going to get better. So thanks for sharing, dude. I appreciate that a lot. What were you doing beforehand? Yeah, man, but hey, I'm stoked you're making stuff. It's very difficult. Like, very difficult to make things. Every time I've ever tried anything, I've been bad at it from the start, man, so don't give up. And hey, it was still watchable. I finished it, which is big and hard for a YouTube video to be. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was funny. I was talking with Will about the, I think Will, like, low-key, hit me with a Peebo talk check. So I was like, yeah, you know, I feel like I stopped talking, because, what was I say? I was like, I feel like I stopped talking at some point, because I was like, I was tired of taking Peebo talk spams. He was like, well, it helps to be funny. Because I was asking him, like, how do you, like, never fear overstaying your welcome? Like, it helps to be funny. I was like, yeah, okay, good point. Ouch, but I get it. And then he's like, the most important thing is the economy of words. And I was like, yeah, I know. So, yeah. The more succinct you can make your point, the better. Have you ever been on a podcast? No.
On today's video, I am cooking 100 years of burgers. And we're gonna be rating them from 1 to 10 so you know which ones we like best. And we're starting off with this one.
That looks sad.
Is that a burger?
Will is such a real one. Yeah, no, not often are you going to be told, be funnier and speak with more succinct intent, you know?
Welcome to the 1910s. In this decade, the story goes like this. At this time, they served hamburger steaks with a fork and a knife. Then one person showed up in a hurry. So they said, let me put on some toast for you. And that is how one of the very first burgers were created. In Louis' Lunch, where they still serve the original burger today. Now the interesting
This is the
thing
original.
is how it was cooked. It was cooked in a vertical broiler that looked something like this. At this time, burgers cost 10 cents. Now obviously I don't have one of these, so I try to improvise as much as possible. These are cooling racks. I'm hoping they're gonna work just fine. Now for the patty, I chose 80-20.
You came on that burger. Got it.
And as you can see, a nice thick one. So after laying down my burger on the cooling
Even though I already think you are pretty funny, brother. Thanks, brother.
rack, I seasoned the patty with a good amount of salt and pepper. Then I immediately put one right on top. As now I got my sears all.
Just remember, you always just gotta say brother after things. It softens the blow. We're Hulk maxing.
And started to broil the beef. Surprisingly, it worked extremely well. And I can only imagine the smell that came out of this in the restaurant. Now they were not crazy because they also toasted their buns. And as far as I know, the very first burger had nothing, just bread and beef. It doesn't get any simpler than that. However, with our research nowadays, they make it like this.
90-10 makes better burgers? I don't think so.
And that had a little bit of cheese spread, followed by the broiled beef, a thin
Oh, no. I would go on any podcast, though, of course. I don't have any real, I don't have any real, whatchamacallit there. They don't even sell 90-10 in your city? Jesus Christ, really? I get 90
slice of onions and one of tomato. Close that all up, and this is one of the first burgers created. But don't forget the original, with nothing. Now, how did it taste? Well, let's try them and rate it.
Looks very different than the burgers we know today.
There's no cheese, but at least there's no vegetables either.
It is basically meat and sandwich bread. Let's see how it tastes. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
I don't care what anybody says. That's delicious.
Look, it's really...
It's really hard to fuck up good meat.
Good, but it feels wrong that it's in toast.
Yes.
I'm okay with it being in toast, but I just feel like it needs some cheese. It needs some sauce.
Funny you said that because nowadays they actually make it like this, sir, and it has cheese for you.
Oh man.
But that's not how he started. That's where we are right now. And this
Is he
burger,
Brazilian?
everybody, still
that
being
right?
served today. Cheers, everybody.
Oh my god, it's such a mess. Cheers.
Mmm.
Oh, that's so much better with the cheese and the tomato and the onions.
Talking about that, there was a huge upgrade from this decade to the next. Check it out.
In the 1920s, White Castle was born. The price started at only 5 cents. That's about 70 cents today. They are known to have invented the slider and the concept of carrying out. Now, the way they made their sliders are quite unique. First thing to do is to grab some beef. Then, to make them at home, you want to lay down some parchment paper and immediately spread a good amount of beef. You want to get them super flat. So for that, I put another parchment paper right
Not
on
my
top
first
and
thought,
pressed
but
it
I'm
with
cool with
another
it.
sheet. Now I laid it down on a cutting board, and using the back of my knife, I went ahead and scored the beef. This will allow me to break them once they get frozen. Now I remove the parchment paper, and if you're following the original recipes, you must poke 5 holes. You can do it just by using a chopstick. Once they were all done, into the freezer it
Gambling
goes to
addicts,
firm
man.
up. After
Playing
about 1
bones.
hour, I took it out and look, we got our beef ready to be cooked. But there's one more thing that we gotta do, and that is to use the onions. They don't use fresh onions on White Castle. They actually use this, dehydrated one. So we gotta bring them back to life.
And they
to do
rehydrate
that,
them?
you just gotta soak them in
Interesting.
water. And funny enough, they still use this method today. In case you are wondering what kind of buns I'm using, these are Hawaiian sliders. They're gonna work perfectly for this recipe. So to cook them outside, I went. I heat
No
up the cast
shot.
iron griddle and placed all of
Because people actually love their onions, do they not?
the onions in there together
I think that's
with
like
the
a
water.
massive selling
Because
point
instead
of
of
White
getting
Castle.
a nice crust on our meat, we're gonna steam it. Yep, right on top of the onions. And funny enough, the bread goes right on top of the beef.
I think it's these little sweet kolache buns that sell White Castle. I think that's what people don't get. It's like the sweet bread that they
That's
like.
the way they still do it today. You see, the idea is that the steam will also heat up the buns. I'm not gonna lie though, it feels weird putting the bread on top of the beef, because once it's fully cooked, the next thing is to assemble. First, on one side of the bun, they add a little bit of mustard. Next,
That's
they
so
scoop
much
the onion
mustard.
and the beef. As now there's left to do is to add some cheese, followed by
I love American cheese, man. I like that fucking phony ass, completely, like, I mean, phosphorescent, like, yellow cheese. I hate it. I hate not that. I hate the hate that it gets.
pickles, and top it off with that mustard bun.
It's
Now,
so
this
good.
is the White Castle slider. In the 19
No, man, I love the way American cheese melts. Nostalgia gets everyone? No, I think it's the most meltable cheese. There's a reason why most of the world's best burger destinations will stand by using American cheese. It is the best cheese for melting.
20s, this was extremely popular and costing
I don't want to
only
eat
5
it.
cents.
Yeah, I only like it on a burger. Yeah, what are you gonna fucking just unravel? It's like a fucking, you know, take it out of the condom wrapper and just eat it a la carte? No.
It was a hit.
The 1920s burger, White Castle slider.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I saw it being cooked and I'm not very excited, let's say that.
You don't like the steaming action on the raw meat, bro?
There's no crust. This thing is gray and sad, bro.
This looks like a boiled burger.
That 10-year aged cheddar, though. What are you, a league player?
White Castle sounds like we're in the dungeon eating the burger.
There you go. 1 nickel, everybody. Doesn't get any better than that. Let's give it a try. Tell me. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. It's so soft. It's not a good soft.
It's super tender. That's why the pickle is there, to give you a little crunch.
We definitely have way better burgers nowadays, but at the start,
The fuck did I just look at? Why is that thing squirting?
Tender. That's why the pickle is there, to give you a little crunch.
we definitely have way better
Why is it coming?
burgers nowadays, but at the start, 1920s, this is pretty good.
Tell you one thing, it's pretty good. It's time to go on to the next decade.
In the 1930s, times were tough. It was the Great Depression. But there's one burger that really stands out from that decade.
It looks like every burger. Fucking grilled onions, beef.
That would be the Oklahoma Fried Burger. Invented by Ross Davids to keep burgers' prices low, he decided to press a handful of onions into his patties to extend the beef supply. Now, to make this burger, there's a very interesting technique, and here's
So it's
how.
just less
First, we go
beef.
ahead and get the griddle nice and hot. Now, place the beef right on top, smash it down a little bit, and as it's cooking, add a good amount of onions. Then, of course, smash it down even more.
Was this guy not thinking about the onion supply?
Now, this burger doesn't get any easier than that to make, as after flipping it so that the onions can cook, you want to go ahead and toast the buns. Now, in its most basic form, this is it. We got bread,
I'd
beef,
fuck that shit up. That looks delicious. Onions are so bis, man.
and onions. It is simple, it will feed hungry people, and at the same time, is it delicious? Well, let's find out.
The Great
Yeah, of course it
Depression
is.
burgers from the 1930s, also known as the Oklahoma fried onion burgers. Are you guys ready to try this?
Smells great.
Let's try it, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that's a lot of onion.
That's too much onion.
That's definitely too much onion.
Just the onion, the patty on the bun is just way too simple for me. What do you think, Leo?
The onions have such an overpowering sweetness that's what you get mainly, not a lot of beef.
Yeah, but Leo, come on, bro.
It makes sense at the time, I mean.
They didn't have the money, bro. Chill out.
Times are tough. I get it.
When times are tough, you gotta feed a lot
Tough
of
one,
people.
man. It's really
Still,
stacked
this
against
is a
them there.
delicious burger.
Okay.
Enough.
For-
Next decade.
In the 1940s, things were about to change
That's
forever.
the thing, is that the burger scale, it's like you're rating Victoria's Secret models. You know what I mean? It's like a 1 is still fucking great. You know?
That's when McDonald's was invented. Originally a barbecue restaurant, in the late 40s, they switched to sell.
Unless you're a fucking incel, I guess. Actually, not my type, by the way. I'm not very into them. That's just the first thing that came to mind when I was thinking, like, what's like an institution of hot women, you know? Never really been my thing.
Only burgers, fries, drinks, milkshakes, and pies.
Even Playboy, like, none of that shit's really my type, you know? I'm just trying to touch onto something, and even still, it's like, you know. Is it crazy to plan my trip to America around fast food places? Fuck, that shit looks good. This is not fast food. This is a dude who is specialized in cooking meats and is making a burger experience.
Also, McDonald's cheeseburger only cost...
You have a single type? No, I have a non-type. I have a non-type, and it's like the very like textbook, like hot blonde girl circa 2003. It's just not for me. You know, there's something about it's the whole thing.
19 cents. And the way it was made was slightly different than today. You see, at the time, they used a nice, thicker patty, kind of like this one. And it was seasoned with salt and pepper. The crust was not strongly pronounced, but they made sure to toast the...
No, it depends on what music video, though. Like, it's just more like, what about the 2007 emo girls? Not really my type. I mean, it depends. Some of them, you know what I mean? I mean, like, the kind of, like, Paris Hilton-esque, like, I guess I've just historically not been crazy into blonde women. You know what I mean? And that's whatever. So be it.
The buns. And the
That doesn't mean that I take issue with it necessarily. It probably just was around a bunch of blonde women, and I have my own, you know, association with it growing up.
original cheeseburger had ketchup on the top bun, followed by some onions, and a slice of cheese, followed by the meat. Yep, it was assembled upside down. And there we have it. The original cheeseburger from the 1940s. They don't look like this nowadays.
Type is laced with large amounts. Dude, it's consistent.
Because it had more meat than today. My hopes is...
What, you like the Kardashian type girls? I mean, I thought Kim Kardashian was like really hot when I was younger. I mean, she's still beautiful, but like in a very kind of contrived and strange way. I don't have a type. Like, I just have like a type I'm not very into, and it's like the basic hot girl type. I don't know. It's weird. How else do I put this? Like, there's kind of like, there's like the traditional, like, think about like your standard like 2008 porn star. It's just not my type. It's just like a very predictable, prescriptive kind of hot, you know, like very like just like white blonde women. It's not really for me. Like the big tits, they're very fake, you know. But then again, sometimes I'll also do. I don't know. I just have some things I'm not very into. I also don't like wholesome hot that much. I really like, as a slut, I like sluts. If someone's too wholesome hot, I'm not in. I don't know why.
Is that it's gonna be better.
Like, you know, the kind of, okay, this is what I'll say. You know the kind of woman that when a frat dude would see me be like, now that's someone I want to make my wife. I want to marry, like, you know, when there's people who they call, like, wife material, that's never been my type. I've never been, no, never. If anyone dubbed wife material, I've never been into. I like ravenous whores.
1940s, the birth of McDonald's, gentlemen.
After school, me and Leo used to go straight to McDonald's and grab some cheeseburgers because they used to be 67 cents.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Are you guys ready to try this burger? Let's see. Please dig in, gentlemen.
Let's do it.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Wait, is this McDonald's? Wait, what did he get? I missed this whole thing
and
because I was
there we
talking
have
about my
The original cheeseburger from the 1940s. They don't look like this nowadays because it had more meat than today. My hopes is that it's gonna be better.
Daphne or Velma? Well, Velma probably. I don't know. Daphne just seems not fun. But she's hot. I don't know. I just feel like I'd have better sex with Velma, which is how I think of it. I think Daphne seems very... Velma doesn't shave? Yeah, good. Trap the juices.
Better.
1940s, the birth of McDonald's, gentlemen.
After school, me and Leo used to go straight to McDonald's and grab some cheeseburgers because they used to be 67 cents.
Not anymore.
Velma is lesbian? Ugh, look, I'm not into these labels, all right? We like what we like. But I will say, Daphne's also fucking hot, so...
Or,
not anymore.
Are you guys ready to try this burger? Let's see. Please dig in, gentlemen.
Let's do it.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Velma's fluid. I mean, I'm done with
It's a classic.
That's a cheeseburger right there, everybody. Wow.
That's way better than McDonald's.
Especially from the last burger that we had that was more onion than burger. This is nice, bold, beefy, delicious. Cheese, toppings, everything just blends together.
Remember that one time that Drake who just said, let's be honest? Was this?
You can never say so damn. And every time I think of and Wayne say, don't see. Out with all of y'all are beautiful. I just can't pick one, so you can never say I'm choosing. And Wayne say,
You're saying, Anita, wait, what's that? What are you writing out? Why don't I know what that is?
the alcohol seem to satisfy us all, damn. And every time I think of staying with her, she bring this party in fashion. Every single night I have a dream that I...
Look it up. I need a max win. That's what it is. Okay, I get
Roche
it
brought
now.
me the hat that I need for the stream right here. This is my alter ego. I need the max win. I need the max win.
Fucking go text underage girls, man.
Jeez. Things were getting a little bit better during this time, so they were
just in no way, shape, or form using his enormous cultural influence to compel people to gamble. No.
able to put the cheese in and not charge on.
No, he has no financial stake in it. Oh, yeah, no, the website unregulated. The games, total back-end control built by the company that owns it. No problems there. No. They're just in Curacao because they want to be there, not because they need to evade any and all regulation so that they can continue to scam users. No.
An arm and a leg for it. But the onion burger, don't knock that one, everybody. It's delicious. With that being said, let's jump on to the 1950s.
In the 50s, burgers started changing. It was when the Whopper was invented, the Jack in the Box, Whataburger, Sonic, and the Juicy Lucy. Yep.
Oh, God. I remember seeing this on like a Man vs. Food or something.
Things started getting really good on that decade. Also, the category we know and love
The Juicy Lucy, I'm whatever about, though.
was created. But it didn't look like this. This is actually what it looked like.
Jinxie over XQC for now. Look, man, they're both very high-octane people who want to entertain. You know what I mean?
Now, there's a very interesting...
Taxed equals legal, okay? Don't know if anyone's really saying that. It's more over that they're totally evading regulation. Taxes, whatever. I don't do with that however it is you so choose, but they've found a way to evade regulation in its entirety. I can't watch Jinxie because he rolls his tongue when he says bullets. Oh, does he do the I need more bullets? That thing? Jinxie embarrassed X today on Rainbow Six Siege. X is, you know what's funny? For the first time ever, I think X needed a collaboration more than the person he was collaborating with. Jinxie to me is just Aiden Ross 2.0. No, that's a dog shit take, dude. Jinxie's just Tyler 1. He's Tyler 2 is who Jinxie is. Jinxie's Tyler 2. That's it. He's just a dude whose entire premise is around extreme competitiveness in a very loud, like a lot of moxie, you know? Shitty mic, rage clips. It's just wild, you know? Like XQC's like tapping into a youth demographic through Jinxie, you know? Because XQC doesn't collaborate often, from what I know. He kind of has his like group, you know? I've only ever seen him branch out to Kai and Jinxie.
Interesting burger that was invented in the 50s. And that
Nah, Dep Drama didn't ruin XQC, man. XQC is still a great streamer. He's just, you know, doing his shit. I think he's still one of the best. He's very entertaining. Like, I understand it. He's always going to push the envelope. He's very high octane, man. He's trying to make you laugh at any chance he gets. I think it's actually super. I think he's a fucking great streamer. That doesn't mean I love everything he does, but I just acknowledge his excellence as a streamer, you know? Constant swatting took a toll on him. I mean, I think that being at the very top of something for so long is incredibly distressing because you feel the need to maintain it. There's no room for faltering, you know?
that would be this one. It's called the Steam Burger. First up, we gotta...
His community is dog shit. I mean, what can you even say about his community at this point? There's just so many of them, man. Actually, had a really good runtime to move on to other streamer. I don't really... I think that's just a very childish take on, like... It's like just pursuing the big thing for the sake of watching the big thing. It's like... It's true ant psychology, which, like, some viewers really do follow. It's like, oh, this is a lot of views, I guess I should watch it. And that's how people snowball to enormous success, you know? Getting in that position is one thing, but once you're at the top of every category, you print money forever. You know what I mean? The only thing you can ever do to fuck yourself is stop. It's very interesting.
I got a big patty. And just like the name...
No, he's not too old at all. Yeah, I'll open a stream, it's popping the fuck up. Yeah, I know all the time. Because, like, if I have a ton of viewers, I will have insane viewer retention. People just want to know why there are so many people there. That's it.
Name says we gotta steam this meat. I placed my patty into the steamer, followed by some white cheddar. Covered it up and let the whole thing steam. Now instead of using a regular...
That's the thing, though. It's like Ninja's known for Fortnite. He's never going to pull the same amount of viewers outside of Fortnite because he didn't really diversify his audience while he was on top. Shroud did the right thing because while Shroud was really capitalizing on his virality, he just started... He's a real gamer. He wants to play other games. And he's very mellow. You know what I mean? Like, you stay with Shroud because he's going to be a very calm conduit for whatever game he's playing. You know what I mean? And you're going to watch pretty high-level gameplay. X's kick deal fucked his viewership? Of course it did. I said it would. Because so much of being a great streamer is maintaining the element of routine that you have in your viewers' lives. It's being on pretty frequently and never letting that go. You know what I mean? Because once you start allowing viewers to really settle in other communities and get those memes, they become more attached to that. Once you remove your presence from the website, man, your relevance dies because Twitch is the hub of live streaming. You know what I mean? X is still a massive streamer, by the way. The dude still pulls 50,000 plus viewers all the time. But the less around you are, especially when you stream like XQC does, right? Because if you're going to stream like Kai Cenat, it's like, yeah, XQC could afford to stream 2 hours a day, 5 times a week in the event that he had like Nicki Minaj on stream. You know what I mean? Except Clint. Clint's not to that magnitude. Clint's like almost like a meme. You know what I mean? Like, how many viewers does he pull? It's probably like 10K. Like, he's not like XQC. Like, there's a whole other tier of celebrity. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's still 60K. He still is a massive streamer. Apparently, Pokey called Twitch a red-pilled manosphere. I don't even know what that means. What do you mean? Where do we have clips of that? I would love to see it. She's probably sick of being harassed by individuals who loathe her, you know, seemingly inexplicably, largely probably because of the fact that she's a successful woman on a platform founded on, you know, a community that inspired things like Gamergate. You know what I mean? Like, they're horrid. Now, once you get past 20K, you hit famous on Twitch, and that's what you are forever. Poke's cookies are way too expensive, sure. Twitch is declining, which is hard to argue with. It's not hard to argue with, actually. It isn't declining. Twitch hit an enormous peak when everyone was forced into their homes with no social outlet. And now you're comparing numbers at the time in which you had a literal captive audience to now. Twitch is normalizing. It's not declining. And the decline is something that you could only expect when you absolutely inflate its relevance on account of how people are consuming the content. I don't think she's mad after the cookie shit. I think she's sick of probably a decade plus of undue harassment and contempt from individuals who will never be happy with her regardless of how docile she is. You have to think there's got to be an enormous amount of just rage to be experienced when you've spent your entire career being as essentially unoffensive and brand friendly as she is to still get the amount of hate she does. It's almost completely unjustifiable. She's really not that bad, man. In any universe, people are. She's become a target for the contempt of men who see her as essentially being emblematic of the invasion and commodification of gamer culture by fraudulent actors, and that's why I think she hates it. Because even if she is a gamer, even if she is just a homie, she's a woman who's successful on a website inhabited largely by individuals who have essentially, sequestered themselves from waking life on account of some kind of formative rejection or contempt. It's just, she's out, man. Doesn't help that the top streamers are train-washed and hate on her. Who the fuck hates on her outside of Train and, like, his like, fucking, I don't know, henchmen? Like, who?
Burger bun. They use Kaiser roll. This is quite different than normal buns, and the taste is very light.
If Twitch ever dies, would you move sites or just be like, I'm gonna retire? If Twitch dies, I don't even know if I will. I don't think I have the pull on any other website to restart my career. I'd probably do it for fun, but I'd probably focus on other things. I mean, I'm trying to, like, we're getting our YouTube going, but at the end of the day, man, I'm just not one of them. You know what I mean? Like, some people are streamers through and through, and they're just fucking great, but I've never felt like more of an imposter in my life, to be honest. Like, I just don't think I do not represent the ilk of people who yearn to be talked about in the same way. So, I don't know. Wait, what's your take on banning GDKP? Best thing. GDKP suck cock. Absolutely devastating. I'd rather people quit the game and just be proven that the only reason people play World of Warcraft is to buy power. But I actually think that Blizzard needs to save the community from itself, 100%. Because people think they want the gear, but what they want is the pursuit. They want to want. That's what keeps them playing and enjoying the game. I'm thinking of pushing some advice shorts. I don't think that really makes me a better streamer. I don't really think I'm just like... The more I collaborate, the more I realize, like, I'm not really a streamer. Like, I like streaming. I love it. I'll do it forever, but I'm not content-pilled. And I'm very insecure and very distressed, and I just don't really, I just like going live and chatting. And, I'll hold whatever audience I can while I have it. That's it.
But also very delicious. And the best part was that it was toasted with butter. The 50s knew what they were doing. So to assemble, it's pretty simple. I lay down a slice of raw onion, followed by some mayo, ketchup, and mustard. Then the tomato goes
God, that's
right
a lot of sauce, bro.
on top. We can't forget about the lettuce and pickles.
Go on Fear and? If they ever want me, I'd go, of course. Content build, does it also mean the licking ass part? No, there's no licking ass. Do you think Asmon feels the same way? It's hard to compare. Asmon has so much grandfathered success from taking off at a time where there was much different imperatives from people. So he has a very young audience, or he has a very, an older audience that found their creators at a time where, he was in the right place for it, I do think it'd be very difficult.
So now it was time for the beef. And we cannot forget one thing, the cheese. To be specific, the steamed white cheddar. Now that is a burger. The big question is, how does it taste?
Out of your entire lifetime, what intellectual contribution are you most proud of? I have no intellectual contributions to society at all. I'm just like all of you. I'm literally just you guys probably have more in that regard than I do. I am just a mirror that reflects you in some way. That's it. I dick around on Twitch. I don't have achievements. You know what I mean?
And here we have the 1950s burger.
Damn, that was good.
It does.
Asman gets a lot of it from YouTube for his reactions. Yeah, I mean, you could argue a good trajectory for a career is just to become, like, you know, a talking head and just give insights on things. But I don't really have the credibility for it. You know what I mean? Asman said the GDKP thing getting taken away is a bad thing if you're asking about that. I mean, I don't really care about Blizzard's bottom line. I think that GDKPs fucking deprive the game of actual community, and it just turns the entire content concept into a weird, like, multi-step gacha game. You know what I mean? And I think you're literally just buying gold to buy power. And that's what most people are doing with the game. And they're like, you know, forcing people to actually play the game in a way that doesn't reflect that would be infinitely more entertaining. You don't need credibility. You just need confidence and basically saying the popular narrative. Yeah, but I don't like just success for the sake of success. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what I want, but I know that I feel out of place in a lot of things that I do here. You know what I mean? Do you trust a chef who isn't a little bit fat? Yeah. Because I make good food. Asman takes have been opposite of mine for years. Sure. Become a political commentator? I'd rather fucking bleed out on stream in Minecraft than do that. Look, I'm happy to give political insights, man, but Hassan is just bludgeoned, man. There's no way he's not just miserable. Said that he thinks it's bad, but he supports Blizzard trying it in SOD before level 60. I mean, I understand why, but I also think that, you know, and no hit to Asman at all, but like Asman kind of plays the game in a way that's not reflective of how people actually experience it. And I think that he, in many ways, reflects what I think is a lot of the problems with present WoW psychology. It doesn't mean you can change it, right? But what Asman does is he plays the game until he gets the gear he wants through the group of sycophants that play the game with him, and then he stops playing it. You know what I mean? And I see it happen in cycles very frequently, to the point to where it's like, I think that you're almost experiencing what a lot of GDKPers do, but without buying gold and using gold in GDKP, where they'll essentially push it to its absolute limit. They'll get all of the gear that they want from it. And then, you know, the gear is the goal, right? And to extend the life of the game, you have to extend the process of gear acquisition. You know what I mean? Like you do. Of course he can play it organically. Asman's very competent. He's great. I'm just giving, like, my very candid thought is that I think Asman plays the game in a way that's reflective of how the sort of GDKP psychology, I think that it is reflective of GDKP psychology, and that, like, the end objective is the gear, and I'm going to race to the gear without realizing that I'm essentially ending what should be a long and compelling social experience. You know what I mean? If for clear communicating complex concepts, you articulate manner of explaining things. I appreciate that, man. In my opinion, I can envision you thriving in an academic setting where you can share your knowledge or make meaningful opinions. I don't know if that's really in the cards for me, man, but I appreciate the kindness. For me, man, I don't know what I am. I'll always have a content creator kind of identity crisis. It's just intrinsic to what I do and why I'm here, because my broader sphere of content creators are very content-pilled. You know what I mean? Like, I'd probably do better in, like, the Will Hassan adjacent environment that's a little more, you know, like, it's rooted in wanting to do things well, you know what I mean? Which I think is good. But even then, I mean, like, they're so adept and confident, and they love being there, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I love streaming, but I definitely feel very trepidatious about it lately. It's just odd. I don't know. I mean, Miz and Emily are some of my best friends. You know what I mean? Are we getting Wake Sod streams next week? Maybe. I mean, I don't see why not. yeah, I just don't know where things are going. Your nighttime content is good. You talk about real life things, and I think about this some nights. Oh, that's really cool, man. I appreciate that. Hanging out with a good friend is a good idea to take some topics. I mean, that's really all I can offer, man. I can only offer me, like, you know, communicating with you as I do anyone else, because I don't see this as performance. Like, going live in, like, in a vacuum with no real reciprocity from the audience, feeling like I'm performing, is very strange. You know what I mean? And I feel very inert in comparison. Like, when I'm on a stream with them and I'm just watching them kind of go off the deep end with their own bits and jokes, it's something I'm just always like, damn, you guys are so great. Good to be joking slash funny in group settings, but to do solo for very long hours, good to be jack of all. Anything kick off these thoughts about identity, or has it always been like that? I always feel that way when I'm with, like, a lot of competent streamers. You know what I mean? Like, I get that when I'm, like, around, like, people like Will and Miz and Asvin and Nick. Just people who are real, like... I mean, Nick a little less so, because Nick is much more like me in that way. I think some of what makes you different from the more always-on streamers is actually what I like about the stream. Yeah, it's just not really a great, like, there's no good, like, growth trajectory to it. You know what I mean? Like, not to get too much into this meta discourse, because I think it's super alienating for viewers to be like, why is this guy talking about growth? Like, dude, I'm a big streamer. You know what I mean? I'm doing well. I just am not, like, unless I feel like it's super organic to make jokes, I don't do it. You know what I mean? But when I'm on, I feel great. I mean, like, I've had stretches of time where I just feel like a total fucking goober and I have fun with it. You know what I mean? Nandre talked about the meta before. What, are you talking about? Small cock, big balls, come fast, big load? You're probably good at being funny in group settings, though. Chat always lightens up and you make jokes. Yeah, I can definitely feel that way when I'm funny in the right environment. You know what I mean? But typically, I'm not always thinking about what the funny thing is. I have to be in a really loose flow state, and honestly, part of it might just be being on Vyvanse. Like, I get very locked into things because I'm focusing. I'm able to focus. You know what I mean? And if I'm not focused on being funny, it's hard for me to oscillate. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm focused on being funny, I'll only tell jokes, you know? Are you also worried about being under more intense scrutiny that comes with growth? No, not really. I mean, I'd like to grow. Don't get me wrong. I think everyone would love to be a fucking 15, 20K Andy, right? The only issue is that in order to grow to that size, you have to be so much more, like, opportunistic. You know what I mean? And I feel a lot of pressure to in a way that makes it really inauthentic and forced. In some environments, it's more natural than others, you know? But I love what I do, man. I love streaming, but, you know, man, like, I wouldn't be surprised if my career doesn't have the same longevity that a lot of my peers do. You know what I mean? Just say you have to be a leech? No, it's not just leeching. I mean, I get a lot of help, man. It's being more of a value giver, actually. It's almost the opposite. Like, I'm very mellow. Like, I'm kind of a background character. You know what I mean? Which might just be a mentality thing. You know what I mean? I think I do well when I feel like I'm in a place of, you know, safety, you know? Like, I'm able to be myself and make jokes and people want it, right? Like, I like helping, but I won't lie. I mean, like, there's a part of me that... There's a part of me that wonders if I don't do enough to, like, make my footprint, you know? To leave that imprint, you know? But sometimes I feel like I'm on it, you know what I mean? Most of your growth came from Camp Canute and GTA RP, I think. Both of those were exceptional. You'll be growing if you can stream more things you're exceptional at. I think I'm pretty good at just chatting, honestly. I think just chatting is a really good niche for me. I'm just not, like, a collaborative streamer in that I feel really out of place on other people's streams sometimes. You know what I mean? I like to see IRL from you. IRL could be really fun, 100%. But yeah, GTRP was a big boom for me because I was able to just be funny. You know what I mean? Like, as long as I'm in that pocket of like someone else can take the fall for when I fuck up, I can actually fuck up enough to start being funny. You know what I mean? Because so much of it's rhythm, especially being on Vyvanse. You know what I mean? Like, the only reason I'm on Vyvanse is because at this point I don't know if I can even get off. Like, I mean, it's saved and changed my life, mind you, but I would need to like probably withdraw from that drug for like a year straight. You know what I mean? Before I start feeling not like absolute death. You know? And as a streamer, you can't really do that. Yeah, I have terrible ADHD. And also, I don't really like being off of it because I'm a less present person, you know? I have a much harder time connecting with people. A lot of the issues I would have had growing up are going to be way more prevalent. You know what I mean? Of like, I can't sit still. I can't listen. I'm constantly spouting off whatever dumb shit I'm thinking about. You know what I mean? Like, so do you guys know, like, when back in Camp Canute, when Miz would be like, Wake, what do you think of this? And then I talk for like 3 minutes straight. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, that is like my ADHD, but very channeled. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, here's a good way to think about it. Like, a gun without a chamber and a barrel is just an explosion. And that's kind of me without medication. You know what I mean? And so the great thing about it is that when you're just setting off an explosives, you kind of hit everything and you're just jumping around. And it's much more general and much louder and much more chaotic. But with a gun, if I'm aiming at something, I can hit it. Do you know what I mean? It's much more targeted. And that's how medication is. It's essentially channeling the explosivity into a direction. However, sometimes a great point is here and comedy is here. And if I'm aiming at that great point, I'm never going to hit comedy. You know what I mean? And ADHD is like having a gun that when you point it in one direction, you don't stop shooting, you know? And being on medication is essentially just channeling where the explosion sends the bullet, right? Man, glad I'm just addicted to weed. I mean, when you think about it, it's not really addiction, right? Because I forget to take ADHD medication all the time. The only thing is I'll have like more of a legitimate depressive experience if I try taking myself off of medication, right? Which is the issue. Like I'll like be very inert for a while and just like laced flat. But it's not like an, oh man, I need to be on this drug, you know? It's a very different kind of like, oh shit, my body has been, you know, acclimated to a degree of dopamine for a while, and without it, I'm like, holy shit, I'm really tired. I'll sleep all day. You know what I mean? I'll probably titrate off of it at some point and see how I do. Vyvanse would be more of a dependency than an addiction. Precisely. It is dependency. I mean, I've been using it for a while. I don't want to draw it akin to like glasses or something, you know? But if I took the glasses off of your face and broke them, it would probably be kind of hard for you to acclimate yourself to that pretty quickly. There's no story behind my sleep schedule. I kind of figured out that the way I like streaming is very mellow, and I'm never going to compete with the big dogs, with the audience I have, doing the content I do. And I either have to succumb to the pressures of content and start making like real dingusy, loud, and you know, look at me content that I feel very uncomfortable with, and stream during hours that are normal, or I just have to settle into like, this is probably a better audience for me. You know what I mean? Like late night talk show stuff, just me shooting the shit. It just fits better. It's a strong medication, stronger than Adderall? No shot. No. It's not. Vyvanse is much weaker than Adderall, dude. Adderall fucking ruins people. It's very person to person, but they specifically wouldn't prescribe me Adderall because of how anxious I am and how much they know Adderall will fuck people with anxiety. I'm always working on trying to progress. One thing I can say for sure about you, Wake, is that if you can positively impact other people's lives, that in itself makes life worth living. Oh, dude, I love living. I appreciate that though. But yeah, I totally agree. I think a lot of it's just, you know, engaging with environments and trying to, you know, improve them. Actually really enjoyed the react to that long form video, that unhinged guy. It was fun. Yeah, it was a ton of fun, man. You can get bigger with Miz, find your own style. I don't, look, man, Miz is, I don't think you realize what you just said, man. You know, man, it's like, if I were to make it, it'd be like if I started like a software company, you know what I mean? Like a computer hardware company, and you're like, man, I think you could be bigger than Dell, you know? It's like Dell's a huge company. Massive. Probably not. But it's good to be in the running, you know? Like, the point is, like, you're talking about massive things there, man. Like even to get there, it's not just skill, and Miz has plenty of it, but it's also the right place, the right time. If what got you going is working, is there a need to strain for more? Yeah, it's working, but not always. You know what I mean? The thing is that I get a lot of visibility from my friendships. That doesn't always really convert to real growth. Because I'm not very content pilled. I'm the kind of streamer that if you're not into me and my perspective, you're probably not going to watch me. Did you see the suggestion for the front of the gym? Let me see. I did. This is actually dope as hell. However, I would never do a dumbbell of this kind because this is like this is like a textbook, whatchamacallit, like a box gym weight. It's not a very, you'd want to do like real metal plates and shit, make it look heavy as hell. But it is cool. I agree. But I don't know if the city would let us do it. Round Rock is very intense about it. Why is Susu here? Susu is awesome, by the way. Do you have advice for streaming Twitch? No, man. I'm not only do I not have advice, I really don't even recommend you stream on Twitch, to be straight with you, bro. Like, I got so lucky. I lived in a hub of content creators, and I just started meeting them at parties. Like, I would not have a career otherwise. If you want to stream on Twitch, do it because you love streaming. Otherwise, I don't even really think that, like, the whole premise of Twitch streaming is just impossible to sell people on. It only worked if you were first to market or you have a good network. It's it. You know what I mean? She's probably going to pull out a huge knife here. Yeah. Also stream on TikTok? No, man, you should just be making TikToks, man. Stream on Kick, you'll get luckier on there. No, you won't. No one watches Kick. Kick that hardly has a baked-in audience, man. When Aiden Ross and XQC and them go offline, there's no viewer there. There's just no one looking for that. You do? Yeah, no, people watch it, but not many. You're not going to have good luck on either. It's just a barren... streaming is a barren wasteland when you're new, man. Train promised so many cool features a year ago, never happened, because it's not... Train is probably learning what most people know intrinsically, which is that the live streaming, like the demographic of consumers just isn't broad enough, or it's too niche. Like, YouTube's learning this as they divest and start shedding a lot of the creator contracts and things. Like, they're not taking on new streamers in the same way. Just about every major competitor to Twitch has learned in short order that there just isn't enough of an audience. It's very niche, and it's all very concentrated on the website. Also, if you don't get the entire, let's say, like a broader nexus of creators, people don't come over, right? So Kick could stand to grow if they acquired, let's say, all of OTK and Friends, because that's bringing an entire network of viewers who would be interested in going. However, if, let's say, only, let's say, if only Miz goes to Kick, probably about half of Miz's audience will go there, and about half of them will stay on Twitch and find a new streamer. You know what I mean? We saw it with XQC. Probably about half of them at most go. Most of them stay and find a new streamer to watch on Twitch during that window. Because most people are Twitch viewers and more invested in the kind of like broad spectrum of creators as they're interwoven, than they are a single creator. They have it's like, okay, so do you remember The Office? The Office left Netflix to go to Peacock. And there were a few diehard fans who were like, fuck it, I'll go to Peacock. You know what I mean? And I'll go get a Peacock subscription. 90+% of people just said, I guess I can't watch The Office anymore. You know what I mean? I guess that's that. Not watching The Office. Because they're already on one service with other options, and they like it, and they know it, and they're familiar with it. You know what I mean? However, if Peacock acquired like all of the NBC comedies of that era, they probably would have had a bunch of people switch, you know? But just getting a couple top streamers doesn't get you dick. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. Twitch is way ahead of all of its competitors when it comes to user interface. Honestly, that's why Dan Clancy kind of just unfurled the hog, and I actually think it was a very good decision on his part to just say, fuck it, you can stream anywhere you want simultaneously, we don't care. Because no one's leaving. Viewers are not going to go. In fact, if anything, all you're getting is, hey, this guy's going to go live on Kick. This guy's going to go live on YouTube. And guess what they're also going to do? They're going to be live on Twitch. And when people find it through other means, particularly YouTube, I think this was more for YouTube than anything else. It was to get the people who streamed on YouTube to simulcast on Twitch so that YouTube viewers can go, I don't like this, and go to Twitch. And it's smart. Had half his audience around 25K stop watching him on Kick? Yeah. And that's even with inflated and dubious numbers. I mean, we have no way of, because they don't have to report anything to advertisers, so the number could literally just be feigned. They don't even have to actually view bot. They could just give a percentage boost if they wanted to. It doesn't mean they do. Viewership on Twitch is moving up lately, so yeah. I mean, it's probably going down collectively. Twitch is, I don't think that Twitch is dying by any stretch, but it's normalizing, and a lot of people who were into Twitch are kind of leaving it. The important thing is that you have cross-pollination occurring. That's what's occurring. You have people going on other platforms and saying, look at me, I'm here, watch me.
Yeah, I saw you make...
I was talking about the same thing today and yesterday too. Ludwig made a video about streaming, and Pokey's statement brought it up. What was he saying about it precisely? Do you remember? I'm interested. Oh, about how Twitch isn't dying and how it's just normalizing? Because, yeah, I agree. The company itself is dying, not the viewership? No, it's not. The actual brain dead. Not a single growing tech company, not a single growing company is ever going to report profit or profitability. They're always going to reinvest into business or pay whatever it is AWS wants, which is, by the way, the essential tech acquired from Twitch by Amazon. Like, Amazon owns Twitch and it gives them AWS services. So they're literally just cooking the books with Hollywood accounting anytime they say, well, we spent this many $1 billion on, AWS services. Like, no, you didn't. That's what you theoretically would have spent. Maybe you're being booked at that, but you're paying your employer to use their service. You know what I mean? It's only opportunity cost that actually needs to be calculated, right? And we could literally shed that and say, what is the actual material cost of running Twitch as a website? You know what I mean? What is the material cost? That's it. That's the only thing that actually matters, is what is the material cost? What does it actually cost to host a stream? Not what would you charge someone to host that stream, but what does it actually cost? That's what Amazon has to consider. And I promise you, in 2022 alone, they made over $1.8 billion in ad revenue. Twitch is cutting a profit. Promise you.
Making this and you steamed it, so I'm...
What'd you send me on Imager? This is insane. Oh, wow. What the fuck? Viewers and streamers? Oh, wow. So we are kind of kicking up here in 2024. Honestly, I think this is all just fucking like Jinxie and Queso. Just absolutely dicking it, man. That's awesome. He also said anyone sanctioning off into their own group and not collaborating as much also hurt streaming in general. Dude, fuck, can someone just for fuck's sake clip my shit, because I've been saying this for like a fucking year. That the entire premise of the platform is cross-pollination and, frankly, parasocial interest in the nexus of friends created. My God. I've been dunking this same point for like almost 2 years now, of saying that the second you stop collaborating, your audience and other audiences die because they lose interest. Because guess what? A Hassan viewer might just get sick of Hassan, but as long as Hassan is connected with other creators, they'll go to their channels until they're ready to come back, and vice versa. People will say, I don't really want to watch them right now, I'm a little over it. It happens to me all the time, where I'll have viewers who just pop back up after a couple months and then are active chatters for like 4 months because they were sick of that show. You're just sick of that show sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, you got to think, we are Netflix, and each one of us is our own show that kind of interacts with the other show. That's what it is. And so, yeah, you're not going to keep pounding The Office into the back of your head. You're going to watch Parks and Rec or something, and then you'll come back to The Office when you're sick of it. That's how it works, man. You know, like you come and go as you see fit. But the second you stop cross-pollinating into other... Once you start thinking that if I start collaborating, it's a waste of my time or I'm going to lose viewers, you're wrong. Because you're only going to grow. You just keep essentially showing, one, that even just through your connection to this other person, they're interested in you. They are. Because, okay, well, why are you around them, essentially, right? That's the premise, right? Like, it makes a lot of sense when you break down streaming, like, from an but what's the value proposition of it, right? Because it's really not like it's not playing the game, you know what I mean? It's not watching the video. It's the perspective of the streamer and the community that's gathered around that perspective, right? And eventually, you know, like, we have other friends. We have like 8 friends. I don't hang out with the same friend every day. You know what I mean? Hassan went on a doomer spiral when Israel went into the went full Third Reich, and his audience retention suffered for it. Yeah, Hassan will be fine because he's a great streamer. And actually hanging out with him in person really solidified that. And whenever I first meet people, I'm very quiet. You know what I mean? I don't really self-insert much into content, which is why I was so like not present on Hassan's stream when I was there, because I have to kind of learn the dynamic of friends and how they communicate, and like really like I overthink, but I want to know, how do I fit into this so that I don't trample it, you know? And watching him, he's a really good creator. Like, out of his political milieu as well, he's a very good creator. And he'll be fine as long as he continues to make content. But yeah, I mean, if all of a sudden, like, think about how many like people like don't want to watch the Chimera Ant arc on Hunter x Hunter. Some people think it's brilliant and the best thing ever to be created. Other people are like, what the fuck am I watching? And they stop watching because it's dark and grim and a big divergence from this like shonen power arc that you have beforehand, right? And so then you get to this Chimera Ant arc where it's grim and real and people are dying, and you're like, what the fuck? That's essentially Hassan, reporting nothing but genocide for a year, you know? It's like a bunch of people were like, what the fuck is this, man? Like, I can't. The psychic tax of watching this is too intense, right? So the way I see it is he'll always be fine because he's an actual great content creator. I love the Chimera Ant arc. I think it's great. Is that he always has something new to talk about every day that relates to the world? Yeah, Hassan will have a platform forever. He's a very good content creator. A lot of people would like think that he's just like he gets content. And he's very attuned to how people consume, and really does focus on delivering value. It's actually cool. Chatting with him more in person, I respect him a lot. Why does my dad hate me? Ironforge Jim Texas, why does your dad hate you? Is it about the Kirby he wants to paint on your body? Is that it? I promise you, he's doing it because he thinks it's a funny meme. He doesn't hate you, okay? He's just not thinking about whether or not you want the Kirby on your body. That's it. I thought Greed Island was boring. I couldn't get to the Chimera Ant arc. Oh, fuck. I loved Greed Island, man. Hunter x Hunter is probably the best shonen. It's so good. Yeah, it's the same reaction. I made a video about it and contrasted other platform streamers, etc. What's the same phenomenon? Of what? What? Creator collabs? Yeah, creator collabs is the literal spine of this stuff, man. Actually, the first thing, I quickly lose interest when the streamer talks about the left of the right riot, not realizing that both sides work in the same controllers. Now, I think that what's wrong is that you're interpreting political rhetoric around the American political compass, which is already right of center. The Overton window's way right. So, like, what you're describing are corporatist fucking, politicians doing everything they can to empower their rich friends. Leftists who are talking about the left is still entirely divergent from that paradigm. So, like, I get what you're saying, but, like, no one's saying Democrats good. Do you know what I mean? I know Zaranda, but what happened to Soda Poppin'? Vay's father passed suddenly, like a year or a month ago. And I think that they've just been doing that. Have you ever been sad, down, depressed, stuck in a rut? How'd you get out? People have watched me literally do it on stream over the last year. The thing I've been doing... No, both sides' chatters are correct. What they feel is a disenfranchisement with the political system. You know what I mean? But actual leftists who want to, inspire a legitimate change in governance and how it operates, they're not just trying to line their own pockets. They're not just trying... They actually want to have a more equitable system that cares about the people that it governs. You're so depressed right now? Yeah, they've seen me. How do I get out of it? It's really hard because neurochemically you might just be a little, like the neuroplasticity may not be there. You might need a little exogenous serotonin. You may need a little medication. But I'd say that the actual long of the short of it is that, like, frankly, it sucks. Like, being depressed is very brutal, and you don't just spring out of it. You know what I mean? It's small, and taking small steps to do like one thing for yourself that actually helps you every day, even if it's minor, and trying to build a habit out of it's how I've gotten out of it. Last huge depressive window I was in, I actually got out of it with fitness. And I haven't really broken that streak since, and being tethered to my physical fitness has really stopped me from doing it. But that's not going to be everyone's trajectory. It can be playing piano, it could be going rock climbing, talking with a friend, getting into gardening, but have one thing you do every day that is like mindful and beneficial to you. Leftists hate it. Leftists and even more. Yeah, it's stupid. Why do people attach their identity to political party? Why don't we just have different views from both sides? Well, because it's really not that simple when you're thinking about how political systems determine the experienced reality of everyone. And some people are advocating for systems of I don't want to say, let's say, like hate, but I think that they're advocating for systems that are fundamentally anemic and incapable of addressing the vast spectrum of need that it has to address. And when you allow those things to consider, it's not just a matter of opinion. Sometimes there are factual inefficiencies and that are killing people. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm biased. I'm very left of center. I'll speak about it. It's not really the center of my content, but the way I see it is I'm not going to advocate for a system of governance or a politician who isn't doing everything they can to ensure a life of dignity to all who labor. If anyone's working full time and they're unable to, know where their meals come from, know where they go to bed at night, and send their kids to well-funded schools so that they can go on to create a better future, it is not a government. It is just a pocket-lining ploy for a bunch of fucking rich dickbags. And I don't want anything to do with that. It doesn't mean that I'm not even espousing radical rhetoric. This is probably all things that individuals from the very inception of our government would have made adamant as well. It's just totally lost the plot in placating to corporate, plutocrats, man. One side goes full on fascism. I'm seeing from the media, including Twitch, is that both sides are equally bad. Yeah. I think most politicians' main goal is just money. No, that's the case. Yeah. Because we've allowed it. Citizens United has allowed for the corporate lobby to essentially pervade into all manners of politics. So we're fucked. It's also why I don't talk about politics, is I think it's just systemically so fucked to the core. It's like, what can I say that'll actually, like, I could educate, but I don't have that big of a platform. And I don't really want to evangelize it day in and day out, because I think it can just become doom scrolling eventually. And I don't want my channel to be a place that people come to just be like, oh man, it is so bad, because it's hard to look away when you start looking at it. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to turn away from the void of just like, oh my God, everything is going to shit and I'm miserable. You know what I mean? Because I think that there's a lot of love to salvage, a lot of life to live, and I don't want to lose sight of that, Like, there are so many people to connect with and give life to, All the global elites are not doing this for money, but a much more nefarious and diabolical purpose. Okay. I think that money is essentially just a quantification of power, and I think they're doing it for power. I think they're doing it for death denial, so they feel as if they exist beyond their inevitable, end. I think that it's all it is. I think that humans are much more simple than we want to give them credit for, and I don't think that it's a nefarious or diabolical plot. I think it's a bunch of very scared children who are terrified of one day being, turned to rubble just as all the buildings will, when the sun, extinguishes and we have no more life left to harvest, I think they're terrified at the thought of themselves and all memory of them one day fading. And so they line their pockets with as much wealth as they can and accrue as much power as they can to attempt to, become, what's the right word for this? Like, to attempt to become impervious to the reality of, impermanence, if that makes sense. %13% of chat eating good. We'll get GTRP in later. I miss it. What's more diabolical than hoarding? Yeah, it just sucks. If you constantly live in excess, you never think about life ending. Yeah. No, I don't even think it's that. I think they're constantly thinking of life ending. In fact, I think a lot of excess is about ensuring life never ends for you. I really do. Like, never forget that that's a massive part of this. A lot of people are terrified of the inevitability of their death. Do you believe in love after love? I can feel something inside myself. No. There's no life after love. It's over. You'll never have her back. What are some good ways to keep things into perspective and be thankful for having what you need? I mean, look, man, I think that the more time you spend connecting with community, the less you think about the shit that you don't have in front of you, because there's always a more immediate and real thing to tend to. Do you think if death didn't exist, we would fundamentally not be human anymore? Oh no, we'd be human. It would just be a totally different game. Like, if death didn't exist, honestly, the whole concept of greed, I think, would vanish pretty quickly. I think a lot of what we do is to defy death. And I think that in the event that, there was no way to die, there'd be nothing to really fight over in that way. It'd be far more equitable. Of course, there's a Family Guy episode about that. That's the ultimate fucking meme. That's such a meme. I can't believe that. Ugh, let's watch Guga Foods cook this fucking burger, man. How did we get here? What are we even talking about? But yeah, anyways, I hope Soda comes back soon. He's probably the person I'd like to see most at the gym, man. I'd love to train Chance. He's cool as fuck. That's the thing, is I have friends who I'd love to train off stream because I love spending time with them, like I did with Nick. Like, they're just fun to chat with. Like, I just like them. Soda's honestly, dude, you want to know what's so fucked? The fucking dude who's probably had his life most disrupted by internet celebrity is, like, definitely the most normal of all of my friends. That's the truth of it. He's the most grounded of all. Yeah, no, Chance is actually, like, he's one of the few dudes who every time I shoot the shit with him, we never once talk about stream, or anything. It's just games or, like, dumb old Austin stuff. He's just a dude.
Not excited.
Wow, this guy is such a hater. Steaming is okay, everybody.
Man who owns multiple sex owns, yeah, no, easily the most normal. Look at Tecton.
For a burger, I guess, right? Let me know in the comments down below. Enough talking, let's give it a try. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Yo.
It's a mess.
Yeah, it's a mess because it's big.
It's very messy. It's a mess, but it is a very juicy burger, I have to say.
Very juicy, extremely flavorful.
This is too much. Like, what the fuck are you? Oh, God.
Even though I'm still missing the crust, but I cannot say anything bad about him.
You know what? It's actually not bad. It's like you say, the only thing you're really missing is a good
steam burgers. I've heard of this before.
But with that being said, let's jump on to the 1960s.
Steam meat sucks, dog. Boiled and steamed meat
In the
just
1960s,
sucks.
Chick-fil-A was founded, and so was Red Robin's. At this point in time,
Red Robin
burgers went from being an American classic to slowly spreading through.
What the fuck is this?
throughout the world. However, there's one iconic burger that stands out from the rest, and we're talking about the Big Mac. And funny enough, it was created because of a competition.
pretty patty.
McDonald's wanted to compete with the Big Boy hamburger, but instead they created one of the most popular burgers in history. And this is what makes it so famous, the Big Mac sauce. To make it, there are several different versions. The one I like the most is this one. Into a bowl I threw in some mayo, followed by ketchup, mustard, sweet onions, onion powder, grated garlic, butter pickles, white vinegar, salt, and pepper.
Dude, bread and butter pickles are fucking dope as hell. Fucking unreal. I was addicted to bread and butter pickles growing up, man. In fact, even as of recent, I found out they make like Splenda sweetened bread and butter pickles, and I'd still fuck that shit up on the regular like 3 years ago.
Pepper. Mix everything well, and the Big Mac sauce is
Fucking
done.
love it.
This
If Clausen made bread and butter pickles, I'd fuck him. I would fuck Mr. Clausen himself. Or Mrs. But they don't.
was also one of the very first burgers
least
to
I've never
use
found
3
it.
buns. And at first, Big Mac patties were nice and thick. So we're gonna try to do the original version.
Oh yeah, Big Mac patties suck. It's such a fucking... It's just more bread. I think, look, you ask for Big Mac sauce on a regular burger and just spare the extra bread.
I seasoned them with salt and pepper. Got a nice crust and they were ready. After toasting up the buns, it was time for the assembly. We got the bottom bun, followed by a good amount of Big Mac sauce, white onions, shredded lettuce, 2 pickles, that beautiful burger patty we just cooked, American cheese, middle bun, and repeat the process once again. To finish it off, just...
You know what I kind of like, and this is like maybe the worst take I'll ever give, because I love melted American cheese, but sometimes on a hot burger with like American cheese they just put on, it's like really nostalgic, and I kind of love it. You know what I mean? It's like a dog shit backyard 4th of July burger, you know? Fucking love that shit.
Just top it off with the top bun. Now
It might be, it's like up there with like my worst take. Like I know that's not a good one, you know what I mean?
Is the original
Clausen sweet bread and butter pickle chip. Are you fucking me, dog? Brosens win! I've literally never seen this. Oh, that's so nuts.
no Big Mac. I wish that it still looked like this in McDonald's. Does it taste as good as it looks? Well,
this burger is made upside down in store. That be why he did it wrong.
let's find out.
Okay.
Here we are on the 1960s, the Big Mac, gentlemen, huh?
I've eaten a little bit too many of these in my life.
I had quite a few as well, everybody. Big Mac is a classic.
These burgers don't look authentic. They're too good.
McDonald's wish their patties were this big, right?
I've never seen a McDonald's patty this thick. I'm not gonna lie, Google, I thought you went to McDonald's and you actually just bought a Big Mac. But now after seeing this, yo, this is no joke.
I just do a double quarter pounder with Big Mac sauce. That's what I'd do if I wanted to do this. 100%.
Let's give it a try.
McDonald's meat is the worst, bro. I've literally never felt that way. Their portions are shit unless you're getting but like it's actually tasty. Like it's like very peppered. You know, that's always been the feeling I got.
Everybody, cheers.
Cheers.
Oh man, that tastes like a Big Mac.
That tastes like a Big Mac.
That sauce is so good.
The sauce is right on the money, right?
Fresh Big Mac sauce is crazy.
And it's so juicy. Like you can squeeze it, you see the juices.
Is it fair to say that is like the golden era of burgers right here?
Pretty much, because it's still good today.
True.
That is delicious. And now we're gonna go and jump into the 1970s.
Ooh, groovy.
Okay, what do we
in the
got?
1970s, the burger cost about 69 cents.
Double quarter pounder? Yeah, it's really good. No, I loved it. It's a very peppered burger. I think it tastes good. Like McDonald's is not a bad it's there's a reason why it's so pervasive. There's like bad fast food out there people do not want to eat. You know what I mean? That's like very much like, how is it still open? You know? This is like there's Long John Silver's, man. You know, McDonald's is very good. It's popular. It's for a reason. It's good.
And the newly invented grill at that time was the Big Green Egg. Another historical burger chain was created, Wendy's, and they shocked the world with unique square patties. They really wanted to stand out.
Isn't it funny that motherfuckers will tell you like to start your own business, but like here they just had square patties and people were like, "What the fuck? Come again?"
Out from the rest. That's one of the reasons they
Bar was on the ground, man.
kept saying fresh, never frozen. This is a good thing.
Sometimes I kind of wonder if the Baconator was like the beginning of the end for Wendy's as a brand. Because it's like, this is not interesting to me. I feel like there was like a lot of value to it. Like my grandfather was obsessed with Wendy's. My grandfather would get a burger. He'd do only the dollar menu. He'd do a burger, a baked potato, and chili. He'd get all that.
Because fresh meat is always better. Now to cook up the original Wendy's burgers is pretty simple. We got a nice hot griddle and throw in the patty. Of course, don't forget to toast the buns. For the assembly, they started with the top bun. First, a good amount of ketchup, followed by mayo. Then on the bottom bun goes one slice of American cheese, followed by that hot square patty, followed by lettuce.
My sister loved Wendy's growing up, man.
A slice of tomato.
I mentioned Long John Silver's, but it
I
reminded
feel
me
like
of
getting older means you start realizing just how many businesses are basically fronts for money laundering.
Oh god, I can't.
Onions
Too loud.
and pickles.
Too loud. It ruined
Then
it.
top it off with
Sorry,
the top
that was
bun.
terrible.
Now this is Wendy's original
That was not your
burger.
fault, T-Clone.
Does fresh,
It's
never
dead.
frozen
I'm
really
never
makes a
watching that
big
again.
deal? Well, let's find
They
out.
compromised
And
all
here
my
we
trust.
have the fresh, never frozen.
What's that?
Groovy era. Come on, guys. The 70s. Come on, hey, you gotta hit that.
This guy, man. So this is the Wendy's original burger. I hope I did its justice. Leo, go ahead and grab it.
Damn, there's no crust on this.
No crust because that's the original and the right way to do it. So hopefully it's gonna taste fantastic. Enough talking, let's give it a try. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Cheers.
There's
I
something
just don't
to be
think they
said
did anything
about
unique.
fresh, never frozen.
This might be one of my favorite burgers on this list so far. This is damn good.
It's so funny. It got like the little
He's taking so many liberties with it.
square
You know?
patty too.
It is a Wendy's burger. You know what it tastes like. It is delicious. It's still square today, but let's jump into the 1980s. My era, when I was born.
Damn.
Now we're in the 80s, and burger prices were
The fact that YouTube, the largest host to online videos in the fucking world, doesn't have a way for me to mute things in the shorts menu on desktop or to augment the volume is an actual fucking tragedy. It's almost inexcusable. I can't believe they've done that.
on the rise. At this time,
Like that's
another
so
huge burger joint
that's
was
so scuffed.
opened, created by a father and his 4 sons. These 5 guys wanted to choose quality and flavor over profits. And I'm talking about 5 guys. And I'm going to be making...
I think Five Guys is fucking delicious. I'll die on that hill, man. I think their burger is it's such a heft of meat.
They're all the
I feel
way
like I
burger.
get so much out
take
of it.
a look at this burger. It is incredible. They do something most burger joints don't do. Let me explain. That one has sauteed onions and mushrooms. Just cook them up like you normally would and no big deal. But I want you to notice one thing. There's no seasoning on them at all. And the same goes for the burger patties. The interesting thing is that if you want seasoning on your burger, you gotta ask for it in Five Guys. And I totally understand where they're coming from. Because the American cheese they put on it, it already has plenty of salt. So once the burger is perfectly cooked, they go ahead and add 2 slices of American cheese and put an additional patty right on top. Toast.
Yeah, I'll probably start streaming a little earlier, but I'm not like replacing Canute's hours. I'll still do a night stream. It'll just be shorter. Like I'll probably be ending around like 3. So I can get up and
Top the
train Emily.
buns. Once that's done, the bottom bun gets a little bit of ketchup, followed by mustard, those beautiful sauté onions, mushrooms, crispy bacon, a good amount of mayo on the top bun, followed by shredded lettuce, pickles, and a
Am I coaching her at 12 tomorrow? No, because I think Canute's still going to be in town for that, but I have to talk to him.
slice of tomato. As to finish it up, we go ahead and add those beautiful burger patties with the cheese and top it off with the bun.
See,
now
that's
this
so
is the
good
Five
looking,
Guys
dude.
all the way burger. Now,
This
how
better
does it
be like an
taste?
8.
And here we got the 1980s.
Hey man, you're old, but your burgers are fire though.
I love.
So this is Five Guys.
I've been to Five Guys. I never had this much lettuce on the burger though.
Oh,
Me
well, that's
neither.
because you ordered the wrong way.
You order it plain for sure.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Bro, you can't
Oh.
dip that.
Hold on.
Out of all the decades, we start going up, boy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we start going up in flavor.
This is the first one with bacon.
I actually don't even think it's that expensive when you consider how much, like, I think that it's just people who are comparing it to In-N-Out, which to me is an infinitely smaller portion. But In-N-Out's a good value. Don't get me wrong. I just think, like, you're picking probably the best value in fast food and one of the more expensive fast food destinations. But it's also fast casual. There's no drive-through. It's like, it's a little pricier, but the portions are so much more substantial to me. I'd rather take it.
Out of the whole video, the first one, I don't even like bacon like that. But on a burger, it's so perfect.
Bacon on a burger is just so damn.
10.
But now,
Boom. All right, I gotta piss real quick, guys. I'll give you a sec. Oh, give me a sec. I'll give you a sec, chat. Just hang out.
When streamer goes away, the rats come out to play. We wait all night and day, to rat jam when I say, beach, mouse, beach, mouse. Beach, mouse, beach, mouse. Beach, mouse, beach, mouse. Beach, mouse, beach, mouse.
Let's jump on to the next one, the 1990s.
Now that's a good era right there.
Come on, baby, me and Angel.
In the 1990s, things were not very healthy, and Pizza Hut
You want cinema roll?
invented the stuffed crust pizza. That was a
Awful. I feel like there was always something so shitty about the stuffed crust pizza. I don't know why. My sister loved it, and it always tasted so weird and plasticky and strange. Like, I could never get into it, dude.
hit. There was one burger that was also a hit. It was called the Big and Tasty from McDonald's.
We don't have any fast food that Americans praise the most. Like, oh, Five Guys is not praised by most. I actually hear more slander than anything. I just think it's amazing.
They made that to fight the Whopper from Burger King, and the Big and Tasty had its own sauce. To make it, it was pretty simple. Into a food processor, I threw in 1 egg yolk, followed by oil, and blend stock. That was a heinous thing. There was one bite the Whopper from Burger King, and the Big and Tasty had its own sauce. To make it, it was pretty.
Isn't Five Guys overpriced? I don't think it's overpriced. I think that it's pretty reasonably priced considering the amount of food you get. I also would put it up against a lot of other burger shops. Like, I think it's good. Like, even like non-fast food. I just think it's a good burger.
Pretty simple. Into a food processor, I threw in 1 egg yolk, followed by oil, and blend.
Or something about Five Guys is their soggy-ass buns if you order takeout. I haven't really experienced that.
And everything on high. Then I added paprika, followed by salt, sugar, garlic powder, mustard, barbecue sauce, and lime juice. Now blend everything on high, and there you have it, the Big and Tasty sauce. Now it's called Big and Tasty for a good reason. We got a big burger. So it starts off on the grill, and unlike Five Guys,
I think I remember this, to be honest with you.
It gets seasoning, a good amount of salt followed by freshly ground black pepper. Now to assemble, it's pretty simple. We got a good amount of Big and Tasty sauce, followed by
why are you toasting buns on a McDonald's? Come on.
Swiss cheese, that monster patty that was just cooked.
Yeah, I remember the
of
Big and
cheese,
Tasty.
shredded lettuce, diced onions, tomatoes,
big
and that
tomatoes,
big
yeah.
top bun.
I remember
now
always seeing
this
that
is
as a
the
kid,
Big and
thinking it looked
Tasty.
good.
I can't believe McDonald's took this one out of the menu. I can understand the reason.
Yeah, variety of toppings, 100%.
And why? And you're about to find out really shortly. Because take a look at this burger. Come on now. I could have that burger any day.
Welcome to the 1990s.
Ah, you see, in the 90s, they...
See, the Five Guys one they made is the only one that actually looks like like the burger that the restaurant makes. This is fucked up. You know what I mean?
did it right.
That's a big burger.
There's a reason it's called Big and Tasty, everybody. So the Big and Tasty is Big and Tasty. Let's try it and let's rate it. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Bro.
Bro, that is so thick.
It's a big patty.
Damn.
Completely different than
Bro.
anything we've had. And the cheese is different too.
Sorry, I thought they were meeting your mother.
I don't know how I feel about the cheese.
Really?
I think American cheese would have been better.
It's good, but it's so different that I
agree. I don't like Swiss that much.
enjoy it. But now, let's jump into the 2000s.
Now I'm a teenager.
Now in the 2000s, Wendy's was having a problem. Since their owner passed away, they created the Baconator so that it would
That makes sense.
blow up with young men. And that's exactly what happened.
It did. As a teenager, I was obsessed with. I mean, like, it was more so the idea. It was bravado. It was excess. It was masculinity. You know what I mean? Like, it was. It was just meat. You know, like that's what it was sold to you.
It saved Wendy's from selling the company. And the
Baconator
burger
instead
costed
of
about
Terminator.
$4.
It's like
The
intense.
Baconator still exists today. And to make it, it's quite simple. First, we need to cook up 2 square patties. And don't forget, fresh, never frozen. Give your buns a nice toast, then add in mayo and ketchup. Both of the patties get
But what I love is that like Wendy's was doing well before this.
American cheese, followed by 3 slices of bacon
It
each.
seemed
Now
like
place one
Dave
on top of
wasn't
the other
doing
and lay
any
it
of this
down on
dumb
that bottom
gimmicky
bun.
shit.
Now this is the Baconator. And even today, it makes a lot of young men really happy. Don't believe me? Well, here we go.
The 2000s, the Baconator.
The year of
Dude, Guga loves mayo. This dude slathers his
no
shit up.
vegetables. Let's go.
We just had bacon for the first time.
Does anyone notice Wake eats with his eyes? What do you mean? How am I even eating this? The only person I eat with my eyes is your mother. Dude, okay, one time when I was in, it was like maybe like Peru or Ecuador or something. I was I was having, okay, I was having sex. I was having sex with this woman. And she didn't, it was one of those things where it was just like clumsy translation. You know what I mean? Sex. I know, guys, I've had sex. Come on. No, it wasn't your mother. It was another woman. And she was like, I think trying to like talk dirty, but like, I think instead of looking like she said, like, she asked, she goes, are you going, like, it was this really bizarre, guys, stop. I think it was like, okay, so we were about to do the deed, okay? We were disrobing. And she kind of like, yeah, I've had sex, guys. We were disrobing. Guys, yeah, we took our clothes off to have sex, okay? We're going to do the deed. And I remember she like looked at me and said, you look like you want to eat me. And I think what she meant to say is like, you know, like, I was like I was like kind of like eye fucking her, you know what I mean? She wasn't saying like eat me out. She was like it just didn't translate well and it like wasn't hot. But obviously I went with it, you know? I started fucking just biting her. She was really disappointed. No, I didn't. It was, yeah, like devour something, but like it just did not translate neatly. And I think about it all the time. Self-report vor. It's all vor, baby. You silly goober. You look like you want to eat. Yeah. Also, don't know. Was she right? I would have. She was a babe.
I'm on a burger. And
taking clothes off is a steep slope. Don't worry. Lights were off. Couldn't even see her. How come you think about it? You'll learn about that when you're older.
now we have too much bacon on a burger.
You ready to give it a try?
I want to eat your heart. Praise be to Allah.
It's still going on today, so.
Now tell the story of when you were the one who misspoke during sex. Which one? Which story is that? What did I say? I mean, it's happened before. Plenty. But I just don't know which. What story was this? Oh, God. Big mouth? Huge. One of the biggest. I remember that. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, I wasn't fucking, though. That wasn't... Oh, wait, was I? No. Oh. Probably when I would have said that it was... I think I was trying to communicate that it was hot, but I communicated that that it was that like what we were doing was hot, but I was communicating that the temperature was hot. When really you should communicate that, like, you know, like it's caliente, which is spicy. It's like hot. It's different. Because if you say like estoy caliente, you're not saying I'm hot. You're saying like I'm horny. You know what I mean? So if you say like estoy caliente, you're not. You are communicating to someone that you want to fuck. You know what I mean? You can't say that. I mean, you can, but it's kind of Giga Chad now that I think about it. Que rico.
So let's see if the bacon.
I also accidentally said I love you during sex. It wasn't, no, I was like mistranslated. I was trying to tell her I liked that. But I think it was this. Like, what was it? What did I say? What did I say? It wasn't like te amo. Because that does mean I love you, and I would have known that. But I was trying to say something like I love what you're doing. Te quiero, that's what I said. Oh, that's what I said. Because I was trying to say I wanted to fuck her. and she was like, don't fucking say that. And I took her out. So we like, this was the same time. It was a whole fucking rigmarole of my pretty broken Spanish, her very broken English. She was like, I look like I want to eat her. And I'm like, no, I want you. She's like, no, you can't say you love me. Yeah, man. Why does te quiero mean I love you? It means I want you. That's what it is. Yeah, I did say that. I said that 100%, and that shut down the fuck factory for a moment there. That was not fun. Then I recited the Canadian national anthem.
Nader is actually a good nader or a bad one. Wow, that was so cheesy.
That was so cheesy.
Yeah.
God,
The good
damn,
nader
bro.
or the bad nader?
No, it doesn't even mean I love you. It means like I love you for family. So it's even weirder. It's like saying like
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's like a familial love,
This tastes
close friend
almost
love.
identical to the Wendy's Baconator.
Yeah, half pound of beef, 6 slices of bacon.
I mean,
It's crazy good, and by far the unhealthiest burger on this list so far.
Yeah, but it's the tastiest one.
I think bacon's just too salty, man. Nah, you can use it with your partner or friends, but it's kind of a close kind of thing, yeah.
It is still good, but on 2010, things started getting a little weird.
Why wouldn't it just translate out to I want you?
This is when social media is at its peak, and
Because I know like te amo would be I love you, you know what I mean? But I was just trying to tell her I wanted her.
everybody wanted to have the next burger. That's when this was invented, the ramen burger. Now, if you've never tasted this, you should, as this was very popular in the 2010s. But the original
What the
version
fuck are we doing?
was like this. First thing, the noodles. You want to get 2 containers just like this. Lay down some clinch plastic so things would
Popular where?
get out easy. Once you have both of them, go ahead and cook some instant noodles and mix them up with some eggs. You should have a texture like this in the end. Now place them on a bowl that we just made, press them down with another container, as now you want to go ahead and cook them until they're fully solid. Because you want to toast those noodles exactly the same way you do with buns. Oh yeah, now you can be as creative as you like going forward. But the original version was like this. You want to go ahead and cook up some quail eggs, get
The original virgin? You talking about Mary?
them
What's
nice
going
and
on
crispy.
here?
To assemble, you want to use a little bit of teriyaki sauce on the bottom noodle bun, followed by that burger we just cooked, and those fried quailed eggs.
Okay, that looks pretty good.
Finish it off with more teriyaki sauce, and of course the top noodle bun. Now get ready for an
goddamn, I
Instagram
love a
photo and
runny egg.
post it online. As this was
This doesn't look good though. I mean, I'd eat it because these are all tasty, but like
very popular in the 2010s.
this just looks so
the question is, how
structurally
did it taste?
moronic
Well,
to
let's
me.
find out.
And here we got 2010.
Yeah, things got weird.
That is not a burger.
Come on, man.
What is that? That's noodles on a patty.
Okay,
No,
can
it's
we
a
just
noodle
try
patty,
it before
it's
it breaks?
All right, enough talking.
Look at
Welcome
that, it's
to the
deconstructing, dude.
2010s. Cheers, everybody.
He's Brazilian as an accent. I know. It's just
Cheers.
funny. Sometimes accents say funny words, and it's okay to point out. Like when I say te quiero, it's funny. It's okay. You're not saying he's a fucking idiot. It's just funny. He said virgin. He didn't mean to, but it's what it sounded like.
They're pretty good though. Pretty good. Okay, hold on. Nobody told me that the noodles were flavored. Is there like some kind of teriyaki sauce or something on it?
100%.
Damn, I hate to say it, but this is actually
Tacos.
good.
It is delicious, everybody.
What do you think about lettuce as a bun burger? I mean, like, I've had it, the protein style. I used to get, I used to live right next to an In-N-Out, and I'd run through and get protein style burgers all the time. So I'm a fan.
I'm telling you.
You made it once. I'm glad you made it again. But damn, this is the messiest burger in the world, okay?
This is a really good burger, but not as good as the burgers we have nowadays, like the burger that changed my life, Google's creation.
This is a smash burger, everybody. I highly recommend. It is a delicious burger.
That looks good as fuck, dude. That's so buttered. Oh, motherfucker, that looks so good. Okay, I should probably go get some food from the fridge. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. Huge patch? Wait, what happened?
Yo, guys, what is up? Partnered with Pal World. Patch fixed a lot of issues with pals getting stuck in. Affected me, but apparently there was an issue that if your pal or the pal that you had on your base got to 30% HP or less, it could be captured by using a sphere, crash, and a now been fixed. Next up, we get to player issues where they have a very good change. If you are over encumbered or are having excessive weight, you can now move at extremely low speeds. Before,
Thank God.
Even if you were like 2 inches from the chest to drop all of your iron off in a chest.
Oh, that's huge.
Even while your got fixed, I didn't encounter this myself, but that sounds quite. It's an issue where armor could be equipped in the wrong slot. Some quality of life changes to breeding. Specifically that if you had pals who are assigned to a breeding farm, they will not become hungry and their manual assignments will not be removed.
Oh, thank God.
This means that hopefully when you assign pals to breed, they will just be breeding and not get distracted, not get hungry. Just one thing if you did not know is if your pal does get injured or you're trying to breed a pal that is injured, depressed, or has like a condition, it will not breed. So note that you're still going to have to fix those things, but they shouldn't, if you put them in while breeding and they're all set to go, they shouldn't then like change their task or become hungry and not be able to keep breeding. Next up, another big change, they're reducing the speed and range of fire spreading on wooden buildings. I saw some base lighting on fire, but sometimes that it could go to expand.
Thank God. Okay, that's sick. Thank fuck. Oh, man. Okay. I wish I could breathe without getting hungry. America's epic supersized meals. Jesus. All right, watch the souffle pancakes. I'll be right back with food.
Thank you so much, best friend!
When streamer goes away, the rats come out to play. We wait all night and day to rat jam when I say beach, mouse, beach, beach, mouse. Beach, mouse, beach, beach, mouse. Beach, mouse, beach, beach, mouse. Beach, mouse, beach, beach, mouse.
Do these taste like shit? Why are they so jiggly? It doesn't look right. It has a life of its own. It's like gelatinous, you know? Okay. Do we do a how it's made? Maybe. Everyone chat looking at the video to the right. Sydney Sweeney. Oh, God. That's bait. Cream bomb. I'll look at that video of me and your mom, chat. How? How? I mean, could do a thin crust pizza. Extra Emily in 20 years. What's this?
Extra Emily in 20 years. Okay.
This is my kitchen.
That is
my favorite room in the house.
That's not me, y'all. Y'all, that is.
She's pretty fucked up messy, and I'm messy.
Not me. Okay? My kitchen.
If Emily ever lived alone,
just wait. Just you wait, okay? I'm gonna have the most beautiful kitchen, the most beautiful living room, the most beautiful bedroom. You're gonna be like, oh my god, Emily, you are so put together and so like you have your shit together. And I'm gonna be like, I know, thank you. That is not me. It also does look like me though. It's beautiful in its own way. Yes. And okay, chat, like, is this really that bad? You can sleep on it. Isn't that
No, it's
extra
atrocious. Now, Emily alone is going to be a fucking mess. A true mess. It's going to be a fucking melee. God, she's so good at farming. She is. I'd say one of the best. The fuck?
Well, hope that helps. I should maybe get a new target. If I get a new target, do you think I'll one-shot it?
Is the goal just... I wish this was synced. Bro. I love Maya just doing shit, man. I do think you're meant to throw them by the blade, but I don't really understand. You ever met Maya? Yeah, I met Maya a few times. She's cool. But she's just actually structured out a purposed life with streaming, which is very difficult to do because most of streaming is just doing the dumbest shit imaginable. And she found a way to not do that, which is rare. Alvea's stream pull up. Yeah, I mean, I'd do it if she ever wanted me on, but I mean, I wouldn't blame her for not wanting me on. I don't think I really do much for her. You know, one of my closest friends is her ex. I'm sure she'd be. We're not that close. I mean, I'd love to help her because I really love what she does, and I think she's awesome. But you know, I wouldn't blame her for not wanting me to. You know what I mean? Or like not seeking me out for that, you know what I mean? Let's see. Is it about to be game time, boys? I don't know. It might be close to getting game time. Because I'm kind of meh on reacts right now. Let's see. I kind of want to see this.
Bacon.
Candy. The mere mention of the word can make your mouth water. Americans savor 7 billion pounds of these sweet treats each year. Face it, candy brings out the kid in all of us. And we never outgrow our magnificent obsession.
R.I.P. Aaron Carter. When did that happen? That was a while ago, right? Can you check this song out? Yes. 2 years? No shot. Really? Fuck. I thought it was like less than a year. Joel time. Paradise, Kill the Silence. Okay, we got a monster. Alright, what's our game plan here, boys? Lock it in. That was a long ass intro. Jesus Christ. I better hate it. Fuck me. Can you look at your phone? Yeah. All right.
Keeping distance, holding on to shreds of foam, waiting patient for the moment we can
What the fuck is this?
say again. So here we go, stitches up, not afraid of broken bones. We're going back to paradise.
It's okay. I'm not crazy about it, but it's cool. I've heard some other ones from them that I love, though. Cauldrons get solid. It's so fucking stale? No, it's not, man. Just some look. Like, there's gonna be uninspired takes on this many times over, right? We're doing song requests. We are not doing song requests right now, bro. Hold on. While I text, we should just watch this real quick.
Forests, savanna, shrub, and grassland. Most of their territory is arid or semi-arid, like Bolivia's salt flats, which have given them their nickname Saltcat in German, which we're commandeering for this episode. If you are ever lucky enough to spot a saltcat in the wild, their size and coat will give you a clue as to where they hang their hat at night. Like with most species, the closer to the poles they are, the chunkier they are. Saltcats are no exception, and the warmer the locale, the skinnier their bod, and vice versa. Another clue to their home are their coats. In the warmer northern populations, their coats are an ochre color, while in the south, they are a silvery gray. This reflects the change in topography of their habitat. But the coolest saltcats are the swamp dwellers. Most commonly found in forests and wetland habitats is the melanistic variety of the saltcat. These black beauties have an elevated level of melanin, a skin and hair pigment that allows them to camouflage more effectively in their darker habitat. At night, they're
You surely enjoyed the music stream? Heck yeah. I had fun with it, man. I love doing
more
music
effective
streams.
predators,
Love it.
But it really makes you want to boop
I
their
have to
snoot.
check on this appointment I'm supposed to have tomorrow real quick and work some stuff out. Because I might have to take Canute. All right, I just got to see if I can move this appointment, but I'll have to do that later. You.
Not that you should. At first glance, you might mistake a
LSPD needs you. Wait, consider becoming an officer. Oh, yeah, man, where you feel fucking man, man.
salt cat with a house cat, and
No
you'd be
fucking
forgiven, as they're about the same size.
Idiots. Look at this stupid face. Stupid face. Okay, let's do a poll for what game we play. I'm bored of reacting. What game? Hell World, what else would I want to play tonight? Let's see. We could pop Enshrouded there. I don't want to put Subnautica because people are going to vote for it, but they don't actually want to watch it, and I tested that last time. A lot of people voted for it, but it's just community meme now, so it's almost off the table. Are you into an EDM? Are you into EDM? I'm not crazy into EDM, but I like it fine. Car Mechanic Simulator. Honestly, I want to get into some of those like dumb simulator variety games soon. It's really fun. Second monitor content, I know. I know. Play Heart of Iron? Oh, isn't that like the World War II sim of some kind? I hear it's pretty fun. Look forward to your streams quite a bit. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Truck sims would be fun. Last Farming Simulator is so good. It's a lot of repetitive work. Yeah, it doesn't feel like the same kind of like big open world goober fest, to be honest. Vote in the poll, boys. Vote in the poll. You ever watch The Courtroom react to... No, I haven't. Gym Simulator. This looks so depressive. So depressing and strange. Anything but GTRP. Here's the problem. When one thing starts steamrolling, everyone votes for it, even if they don't want to watch it. Ironforge Simulator. This is so loud, bro. Gym Simulator. Wait, Gym Simulator 24? Wait, there have been 24 of these, or is this a meme? Weed Shop 3? When do you kill the monster? Oh, that's the year. That's fair. I've just never seen that before. Bro, what is... No. Everything makes sense until you get these weird cuts where you're riding a dolphin, you have an America gun, a freedom blaster. Bro. Alright, guys, vote in the poll. By the way, if you guys vote GTRP, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to go and I'm going to look at who's actually playing GTRP and decide if it's popping enough for me to want to do it. That's what's going to happen. And if not, we're playing whatever number 2 is. So, deal with that. Gym Simulator not on poll. Yeah, that didn't look awesome. I'm going to be honest. I live that. I don't want to simulate it. You know what I mean? It's like playing Streamer Simulator. It's like way too meta for me. S-Fan's playing, but S-Fan... Cornwood and Beef have had like 3 interactions ever. I'm just scared Beef already got fired from the hospital. Hey, man. That's that, man. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't, man. I don't know. Redo the poll without GTRP if you aren't feeling it. Aiko's on? Bro, it's just been so long. Beef and Ginger hardly know each other anymore. It's been so long, man. I might have gotten fired. If I got fired from the hospital, though, I'd be pretty bummed, and I'd probably, like, stop playing for good. I was probably just fired for not being there. Because I actually like the hospital gig. Spike the Cat is back, but on a different server. Yeah, Spike's such a cool character. I think that the, not giving some exception to, like, well-played, well-designed characters is a big L. You're supposed to tell them you were going on vacation? Oh. Yeah, I mean, Beef doesn't do phones, man. Yeah, I'll just... Yeah, we can RP it out if they do, if they did fire me. Did Spike get banned? Yeah, Spike, the character, got banned, not the, character. Probably because of the fact that apparently it's against the rules to play like an actual animal. Because he had some issue with being unmasked, which is also, yeah, kind of annoying when his character is like canonically a cat and everyone's kind of playing along except for cops, which I think is what happened. And then people got shitty when he took issue with that because it kind of fucks his RP. So it's a new rule. You can't do stuff like that. I just think that's kind of dumb. I'm going to be straight with you, bro. My YouTube algorithm is juiced. We've really sauced it up lately. It used to be abysmal because it was only what people were watching. Dude, I don't even know what SOD Phase 2 is going to look like at this point. Like, they dropped the runes. And it looks pretty interesting. Like, I don't know. Phase 2 class tuning. Okay, wait. So what were they doing here? Deeper winds. I kind of hate RP because it feels like the RP isn't even real and everyone's just playing the modded game. That's how it feels lately, yeah. That's why I haven't really been dying to get back. The STV event sounds like it's going to be sick. Probably not. It's probably going to be a big mess, not to be a dick. Blood Surge rune? Wait, really? Is this all for Phase 2? Engrave your belt with the Blood Surge rune. Heroic Strike, 30% chance to make your next slam within 15 seconds. Cost no rage. Okay. That's cool. Reduce the cost of your offensive abilities by 3. Focused Rage. Okay. Precise Timing. Engrave your belt with the Precise Timing rune. Slams now instant. It has a 6-second cooldown. They're just making this... Okay, these are all retail abilities. I fucking knew it. Engrave your boots. Okay, so I have boots. Heals you for 30% of your maximum health over 10 seconds. Will be used while in rage, berserker rage. Okay, usable while stunned. Engrave boots, intervene. Rallying cry. Yeah, this is kind of what I expected. Rampage. Sword and board, I mean, that's cool. Devastate and revenge abilities deal damage. Have a 30% chance of rushing cooldown a shield slam, reducing its cost. I mean, I'd like to see like a fucking DPS warrior that goes sword and board. I think that's cool. But this just looks like Wrath. It seems lazy, and I'm bummed about that. Like, I'd rather them just fucking correct some of the tuning that was asked for from actual classic issues than, you know, essentially just take Wrath and put it on to classic. I think the classes feel fun to play, but I think it's just becoming too much of a power fantasy. Grave Helm, Shield Mastery. Physical damage dealt to you by 10% while you have a shield equipped. Reduces the duration of all disarm effects by 50. Okay, Taste for Blood. Oh, yep. It's just Wrath. It's just Wrath. Yeah, I remember the sword and board thing. It was cool. It was Gladiator stance. Aspect of the Viper, expose weakness, melee specialist. They give steady shot. It's Wrath. Trap launcher. It's Wrath. It's Wrath. TNT. Yep. Explosive shot. It's Wrath. Rogue. This is range shiv. Shadow step. That's sick, but it's Wrath. I don't know. I think PvP will be fun. Bro. Maelstrom weapon, power surge, 5% chance to reset the lava burst, chain lightning, make the next lightning in 10 seconds instant. It's just gonna get bloated. I mean, it'll probably be fun from a PvP standpoint, but like it's not classic anymore. my biggest ask was that they didn't give us a lot of new abilities because it's already going to start feeling really bloated and they're going to do this anyway. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll even play this, to be honest. It's just like the pace is insane. They're bloating all the classes again to the point to where they're losing their classic feel. And now I just feel like I should be playing Wrath. The only benefit to playing SOD is that it's going to be populated. So it's kind of whatever. In my opinion, I'm not crazy moved by it. Check Palworld patch notes. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Major fixes. Fixed an issue where the game would crash under certain conditions. Pals get stuck in walls due to charge attacks. Okay, nice. Just play retails, what Blizzard's trying to tell everyone. I guess that's how it feels, man. Like, especially, like, I was already on the fence with all the shit that they were adding, right? Because it's, like, gone beyond fixing issues, and it's, like, just making it feel like retail. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan, man. Nice, okay. This is a good keybind change. Something cool for Classic. Let's see. New zone in Classic WoW. Searing Basin. This is a dungeon in the files. Classic Hardcore PTR. That'd be cool. If it's for SOD, it's whatever. I mean, look, I'm glad they're making stuff and all, but, like, they're really taking it another direction, and I'm not stoked about it. PewDiePie? I think he's just trending for being jacked. Why am I clicking that? I'm just going to exit out. Base issues. Manually be assigned to breeding farm. Okay, nice. Speed of range. Okay. Corrected incorrect text. Measures added to prevent cheating and stealing. Okay. I don't know, bro. Dude, I'm, like, kind of bummed about everything. They're fucking bloating things with, like... Am I right to be... am I just being a bitch about it? Like, I just feel like it's not... They're, like... Wrath didn't hold a lot of interest for a number of reasons, and I think that even though classes feel fun to play, they don't feel rewarding to play with others. You know what I mean? And that sucks. Like... It's, like, fun to level, and, like, the classes feel fun to play, but they don't feel fun to, like, play with others in the same way. There's some middle ground for them to hit, and they're not doing it. Like, they're either going for, like, power fantasy classes that I think people will get bored of and move on from. I don't know. We'll see. I don't really know all that they're planning, but I feel very bummed about it, to be honest. They didn't fix it the first time around. I'm going to do it the second time. I don't know, brother. Blind optimism at some point. I just wanted them to essentially do a Turtle WoW thing, man. Turtle WoW was so well done. Yeah, Dave, you're dead on, dude. Turtle WoW was perfectly executed from a Classic Plus standpoint. And then Season of Discovery. I mean, I just hope that they do an actual Classic Plus. If SOD's still just, you know, SOD, and Classic Plus is still on the horizon, then I'm down. But I don't know, bro. It's super hype for those of us who have been crying and bitching Classic Plus. Everyone in my guild is turbo hype for it. You don't have to like it. Seems like you prefer a more purist version of one. See, no, I don't think it's actually hype for the people who have been bitching for Classic Plus, though. Like, that's not Classic. I think you're getting retail on Classic. You're getting retail classes at a certain point. It's not Classic Plus at all. The bloat is insane on that already. They're adding so many abilities that are going to... like, the power scaling is going to become too insane. It already feels like a joke right now. Isn't the point of SOD to be OP with runes? If that's their intent, sure. I think it's a dumb intent. I think they've already done it. It's just testing for Classic Plus? Yeah, assuming. Who knows? A lot of the data mining could be pointing at things for phase 3 and 4. Sure, it could be. Even still, I don't know, man. I originally just saw a couple of things that they had like publicly announced, and I thought it was looking sick, but Agrin to WoW, data mine to PTR, you'll see many things data mined if you seek it out. Experimental, never see the light of day. I take all with a grain of salt, that's good. No era PTR for the patch at all compounds this further because we can't catch systemic problems. I don't know why they wouldn't just upload like a non-leveling, here's a level 40 patch where you've already gotten everything, so the discovery component's gone, so people can just test it and see how it feels. You know what I mean? I wonder with the point you just made about Classic Plus still coming, if they're tossing a baseline and experimenting. That's my optimism, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. It's just like it's so much it's overwhelming to me. Like, I don't know. Let's look this up. Let's see. SOD 2. Average of 6 viewers but have 200 subs. Sounds like you have very supportive viewers, man. But I'll be honest, streaming's just not an endeavor for anyone to take on. It's fool's gold, man. I don't believe it to be a good thing for people to pursue. There's very little tangible route to development for anyone. You just get lucky. That's it. You have to be consistent and talented, but for the most part, it's just luck, dude. It's just luck. Yeah, it's luck. I was the right person for the right event with the right people at one point, and I grew. So wait, are these all the ones? A sneak peek at just some of the new runes? I don't know, bro. Thanks, brother. I don't know. There are things I'd be stoked about, but generally speaking, it's starting to seem more and more like it's going to play like Wrath does. You know what I mean? That's all I really see. And I don't want to play a game that just replicates Wrath, personally. Because I stopped playing Wrath because I didn't find it to be that fun. And I think there's joy to some elements of it. Okay, let's see who's playing GTRP tonight.